All right, guys, I'm gonna no more filling dead air. I'm getting right into it. What is up, guys? Welcome. Today, I'm gonna be talking about how to actually get famous in 60 seconds, which is pretty much just a breakdown of everything short form, because this is pretty much the new evolution of content where everything is kind of pivoted from all the long form 10, 20, 30-minute videos into a more general focus in the everyday audience of just everything short form. Because everyone has a phone on them at all times. Everyone's always looking for something to watch for 30 seconds, a couple minutes when they're taking a bathroom break during work. So short form has kind of really exploded recently. And I feel like a lot of content creators know that short form is important, and a lot of budding creators also are aware of that, but they don't really know how to capitalize on it. No one really knows what the tricks are, what they should be trying to do, because the established creators are using the logic they used to use for mainstream videos, for full-length videos, which doesn't work for short form. And starting creators, like budding ones who are trying to figure it out, don't have the idea for what makes content work in the first place, so they don't really know how to apply the skills. So I'm hoping to kind of make things a bit easier, answer questions, make it so you guys know what you should be working on and prioritizing, and just kind of giving you the best chance to succeed in, in the market, in the field of short form content. And as extra basics, as background for me, my name is Radstads. I am a video editor of 3 years. I used to work for Panda Global as a social media manager and TikTok manager, who edited everything short form for them. And then I, very shortly after, started working for Ludwig full-time as a short form video editor, focused on TikTok, then pivoted to YouTube Shorts and Reels, kind of, and all this shit. And my focus as of now has been YouTube Shorts. And I've been doing this for 3 years. I think cumulatively about 2 billion views short form across all the platforms. I think in the last 3-4 months, Ludwig has gotten around 200 million views just from shorts. So I like to think I know what I'm doing. I might not be necessarily the best in the game, but I at least have been doing it for 3 years. So hey, I got enough knowledge that I can pass on to you guys and hopefully make a difference. So what is short form? I already pretty much answered this, and I know you guys all kind of know, but it's just any video that people will watch on a mobile device. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, those are the main three. There's other ones I'm not going to talk about at all because, quite frankly, they don't really matter, and I don't really want to muddy the water and get too complicated here. But the question for everyone is, why should I make short-form content? Because again, all the long-form creators are already pretty established. They kind of have their ways set in stone. They know, oh, I have 1 million subscribers. I can post a video, it will get this many views guaranteed, I will make this much money, I will be happy, I will be great, perfect. Shorts don't make money, what's the benefit? Well, I think for all account sizes, there's always a big market that can be capitalized on. Well, actually, hang on, I gotta talk about short form, I went ahead of the gun here. And for smaller creators, there's an issue in the market where everything is oversaturated. There are thousands upon thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of creators who are trying to make it in content, be it Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, any of the platforms, and everyone kind of has the struggle of, how do I get people to see my content? How do I get discovered? How do people find my stuff? And a lot of creators kind of go down the path of, oh, I'll just make a bunch of long form videos. I'll spend hours of my day trying to make some cool concept, edit it, thumbnails, etc., upload it, and it just won't perform so well. And that's because discoverability is really hard right now, but with the short form market, it is really easy to get seen. Because every video, regardless of your size, has a chance of being caught in the algorithm and getting a lot of eyes on it. So I have 3 examples of friends of mine, actually, who have pretty much jump-started their entire content career just because of short-form content. First one, I'm going to start with this Bundun. As a note, I gathered all of the screenshots for this about a month ago. This is my friend Bundun. Great guy, does a lot of content focused on Valorant and Overwatch. Breaking it all down. This is from a month ago. Let me just show you really quickly his social blade now. By the way, he's broken 100k subscribers. This is wrong. He's gotten 44.2k in the past 30 days, which is already leagues better than this, which was my data set that I grabbed as a look how crazy this is. Holy shit. He's pretty much doubled it. Well, not really, but he's gotten close to doubling it, and this is almost exclusively short form. Look at this graph here. Look at the insane growth on all of this weekly. It is just so exponential. The video views are insane. It's millions every single day. And this is someone who, on his account, I don't believe Bundun had a lot of, if any, real long-form content. Let me actually check. Yeah, I think he just has shorts. I think Bundun has no full-length videos to my knowledge. If they are, they're hidden, but everything he has here is a short-form video. And he has, just with shorts, broken 100K. He's gotten a silver play button from this and this alone. And this is just one person. This is one guy. Let me go on to the next one. This is my friend Squidinkadink. Also a fantastic creator, good friend of mine. She went from, I think, 10K YouTube subscribers to 240K subscribers in, I think it was 3 months. It was some insane metric. I don't know what it was, but everything took off and everything got really caught in the algorithm and it jump-started everything. And she's also someone who uploaded full-length videos. She's had some medical stuff going on recently, so she hasn't been able to post as much as usual. But her videos, you can see there's a pivot where she started to take off in short form. 9 months ago was when it all started. This is the video before that, 5.2K views. Then this one has 150K views, 11K, 9K, 11K, 25K, 18K, 22K, 35K. All of this, her most recent one has 53K. And this is someone who was mainly uploading shorts, and it converted to long form views. It converted to long form, and she now has a benefit and an audience from there. And if you want to look at other platforms, there's also my friend Zumi, Sophia, who exploded on Instagram with Reels. The graph is all weird, but she went from 30K followers on Instagram to 200 and I think 50K as of right now, just through Instagram Reels. I don't know how the fuck Instagram Reels, and I have never been able to grow an audience on Instagram, but she has figured it out using just short form. It blew up everything for her. It exploded her followers as a creator, and it kind of got her start. And that's just the small accounts. And then the question comes back to, what about the big accounts? What about the established people who already have an audience who will watch their long form videos? Is there any benefit for them? And the answer to that is yes. There is a benefit for every single person, regardless of how established you are. This is all Ludwig stuff, because Ludwig is the account that I manage. I went through and I gathered stats. These are, again, all a little bit out of date. Here are his views total, his most viewed videos. 22 million views. This is a YouTube short. 12 million views. This is a Mr. Beast video. 10 million, 10 million, 6 million, 6 million, 6 million, 6 million. I think we since then have like 5 more videos that are in 10 million. We have a couple that are in 9 million. We have another one at around 20 million. All of these are short form videos. And on top of this, the subscriber growth from this is crazy. And in a platform such as YouTube, where it's sometimes hard to find a new audience, having a singular YouTube short, a video that is less than 60 seconds, get 48K subscribers with no call to action in it, or in this case, this one got 320K subscribers from one single video with 10 million views, which is an insane fucking ratio. It is ridiculous. It does not happen. That's just not how it works. If you look at a popular video for most YouTubers, any long form video, if it's good, if it really pops off, it's usually a couple thousand. Anything 300,000 is insane. Are the short form subs improving views on long form? So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. It does help. The algorithms are a little bit separate, but there are ways to convert short form viewers into long form, which I'm going to talk about later when I get to call to action. But yeah, so pretty much everyone should be making shorts. There's no reason not to. And so to take it to the next step, I want to talk about the audience difference. Because as far as short form, there's YouTube Shorts, there's TikTok, and there's Insta. These are the 3 main platforms. One of the interesting things about them is that the audience on the app is very, very different. You can post a video on YouTube Shorts that can get 10 million views, pop off, go crazy viral, and then upload the exact same video to TikTok and get 50K views. I've had this happen numerous times. It's just kind of how it works. I have an example here. This is one short for Ludwig that got 6.7 million views, 12.3K subscribers. Let me show you guys this one. Oh, I have to get the volume up. Hang on. So I'll just show you this. I'll get the volume.
Popular overnight. That's the question I was trying to.
This is the video.
When I went live to over 30,000 people.
And we uploaded this exact same thing
for a game that I thought looked pretty good
to TikTok and Reels.
Not many people knew about.
But we'll just watch through really quickly, and then I will show you how it performed on them.
Chess combined with first-person shooters. It's a pretty novel idea. So I went to Steam charts to see just how popular this game actually was.
To be honest, it's really awkward not talking right now.
Ever played at one time is 1,000 people. So I put my viewers to the test. Download FPS Chess and play somebody in chat. And within 30 minutes, we hit 3,000 plus people playing the game. The only problem? I'm terrible at it. How do I get that
And then it goes to him playing the game. Unimportant. That's the video. That's the one. And then I uploaded this same one to TikTok. And my understanding or my expectation was, okay, perform well on shorts. It's a good video. It's engaging. 86% view rate. 6.7 million views. Probably going to perform well. On TikTok, the video got 1.2 million views. The average watch time was like 50%. All of it was from the For You page. It did not perform nearly as well. And this is on TikTok, which I think the page has like 1.8 million followers. So there's a little bit of a follower discrepancy, but still crazy. And then there's Instagram Reels, where it got only 280K. The average watch time was 11 seconds, which is just not good. That's 11 seconds out of a 60-second video about. I'm trying to do math in my head. It's like 17% watch time. It's the audiences want very different things. And so my understanding of it is that YouTube, for example, it's a content page that is focused on stories. Everyone goes to YouTube. They like to watch structured videos. They like to see beginning, middle, end, a whole rising action, a whole story, and then it ends. TikTok is people who want really short things. They want to get hooked. They want to watch it. It's people who are on the toilet looking to burn some time. And Instagram Reels is, I don't know. It's for like the most aggressively horny guys from your like high school who just kind of still post the same memes and will laugh about images from God knows how long ago. But it's just very different audiences. So if you're not working somewhere, you can post anywhere else and there's a chance it will take off. You just kind of have to find what the spin is for you on each platform and how to make the most of it. Is there a reason to post shorts to a Clips channel? Shorts to a Clips channel? I mean, I will talk about that briefly. I don't think I have that actually in here. But the main focus for shorts, if you are a big creator, is that shorts don't make money. You're not going to make a lot of money off of a YouTube short. That's just not how it works. The main benefit for it is if you can generate subscribers. Because subscribers can become views, which can become actual money because the main videos will actually make revenue. So making long form videos, if they take off, they get a lot of views, you want to get the subscribers on the main account. If you have a Clips channel, that's fine. It's okay, but I think it's okay to post shorts on the main channel as long as they fit the general vibe of your main channel videos. But that's just a me thing. It's not necessarily the right way or only way to do it. That's just kind of my preference. Also, do not ask me any more specifics about Reels. I can't help you. I've tried to figure it out. I don't know how the algorithm works. I have a rough idea of the audience, but I do not know how to optimize stuff for it. Everything about it scares me. Instagram is hell. This is all I'm going to say about Instagram. This is the last time I'm mentioning it. I'm sorry if you came here for this. If you did, I don't know why, but that's all I'm mentioning about Reels. And then we're going to move on to pretty much everything short. And now we're going to get to more of the bread and like the bread and butter about why, like what makes a good short? What makes a video perform? What makes it go viral? What makes it reach an audience, you know? The Reels for Ox do best if they include a lewd element. Yeah, listen, Instagram is a horny platform. I don't know what else to say. Reels is for parents and those people in high school who were like kind of like band kid. I don't know. I'm gonna say band kid adjacent. I'm not meaning it in a derogatory way, and I'm kind of kidding, but I was gonna throw it out there because I already said it and I can't unsay it now. But let's talk about what makes a short good. And the answer for that is retention. This is the big thing for any kind of short form content. You want your videos to perform well. And the metric for performance is pretty much watch time and retention. You want your videos to have a lot of people watch the entire time through, loop it, rewatch it. Here are 3 videos for Ludwig. These are, I think, the 3 best performing videos that we have as of right now. And if you look at them, this one, which performed best, is a 33-second video, 120% watch time. This entire video, the graph, the entire thing is over 100%, which means anyone who watches a viewer, if it took the average of all of the views, everyone watched it at least one time and then a little bit more. This one, the watch time was 104 seconds, so everyone at least got to start the rewatch and then they left. And then for this one, it was this was 90% on a 35-second video, but hey, it performed really well. And I can show you them really quick. I don't want to make you guys watch every single short, but I'll just give it so you can see a rough idea. This one is pretty quick.
This joke is guaranteed
so maybe watch the whole thing.
Anybody from Japan laugh.
125% watch time means that everyone who watched it or the average person who watched it rewatched it as well. Either watching it a second time or a third time or just looping it in the background or whatever, but they watched it through. They kind of kept going. I'll show this one because this one performed really well and is a short video.
Do you have a good Japanese joke?
It's very quick.
Dude, this is good. I need more of that. Wait, what is the joke? What?
So one of the things about this video specifically is that it ends really quickly. I think the rewatch for this one specifically is that there's not a lot of hanging out at the end. The joke is made, the concept is finished, and then it goes right back in. So a lot of people would rewatch and be like, oh, wait, I want to hear that again. I want to understand it. And they just kind of aren't really necessarily fully aware, you know? The next one I'm not going to watch because it is a really long Mario Party one, but performs super well as well. And then the last one I think is the... I'll talk about this one later. But the general goal as far as retention goes is, depending on your video, you want to target... The target retention is, if your video is less than 30 seconds long, your target retention should be around 90%. And this isn't a guaranteed thing, but if you can get 90% retention in the shorts feed for a video less than 30 seconds, it's most likely to perform well, or more likely rather. And the retention rate gets more unforgiving the shorter the video is. So say you have a video that is 20 seconds long. YouTube wants it to probably have around a 92, 93% retention. If it's 10 seconds long, it probably wants closer to 95, 96. And anything shorter than that, it expects people to watch it all the way through. Because YouTube judges the worth of a video, the value of it, based on how much time is spent watching it. And if a video is completed, it's viewed as, okay, this is a good video. People like this. We are going to continue showing it to new audiences. And if your video is longer than 30 seconds, if it's like anything more than 30 to 60, anything over 80% is usually good. It's not guaranteed to go viral, but anything longer than this it has a better chance, you know? It has a good chance of getting picked up, getting pushed to an audience that will like it. So your main targets as far as numbers go are 90% if it's less than 30 seconds long, and 80% if it's 30 or more. And these are just two numbers you should kind of have in the back of your head. Because it's always good to, if you upload content and you don't understand why it didn't perform well, to look at it and try to figure out where you went wrong. And having these numbers is just a basic kind of target to hit will kind of give you something to work with, you know? Next. This is an example of my own to kind of show how the average percentage viewed isn't as clear as it looks either. This is a video that I made and uploaded where I was trying to test something out, and all this is a video explaining how to do duplication glitch in Tears of the Kingdom. That's all the video is. But the rewatch for this is 144. The entire video, I think, is above 110%, which means everyone who watched it all the way through. And you would think, okay, 28 seconds, 144, this must have gotten millions of views. I think this is at around 13K views right now, and the reason for this that is important for me to talk about is the fact that most of this is from YouTube search. So when it comes to the algorithm, the numbers aren't always as clear as they look. Sometimes they can be really high for something that people want to find, such as how to do a duplication glitch. They'll look it up and they'll find it, and they'll be like, all right, cool, and they'll watch it all the way through because that's someone who is coming for this specific reason. The only thing that matters for virality is people who watch it when it shows up on their feed. Like if you're on your phone and you look at YouTube Shorts and you're scrolling through and it pops up organically, that is a video that it matters. If you watch it all the way through, that counts as 100% watch time. It's registered. It says good. The average person will enjoy this. If they look for it themselves, they find it, they go to your channel and view it, doesn't actually help. It's the same thing on TikTok. If a video shows up on your For You page on TikTok and you watch it, that's an indicator that the video is good. If you look it up yourself or you go to their page and watch it, it doesn't help. It does literally nothing to make a difference here. I just felt like this is important to note because some people have asked me, hey, my video has insane retention or insane percentage viewed, but it's not taking off. Where am I going wrong? And the answer is, you're not going wrong. It's just you're making content that is more niche or more tutorial-esque, where people are looking it up to get the answer in the moment because it's something they need as it's happening, as opposed to something that is generally entertaining. What is browse features? Browse features, I am actually not 100% sure. That might be tags or something. I don't know. YouTube search and shorts feeds are the only ones I really worry about. Everything else is just kind of whatever. But yeah, so shorts is the focus. Any kind of short form feed is where you want to really prioritize. So the question, if we're trying to optimize retention, if we're trying to get to that 80% for 30 seconds longer or 90% for 30 seconds or less, how do you optimize it? What do you have to do to make your video good? How do you convince someone to watch your video and stick it through all the way from the front to the back? It's the real challenge, and I think it is what people don't fully understand with shorts, because a lot of them are kind of going in with the same long form idea. And so the most important thing, the starter, is the hook. And this is effectively, in YouTube Shorts, the hook of the video, the first 2 seconds, is functionally a thumbnail. Because you don't have the same benefit as with YouTube, like when Mr. Beast posts a video and it's his face pogging at $1 million yacht. That is your preview for the video. You see this on your sub feed and you look and you're like, this is interesting. I want to see what happens with this yacht. And then you click and then you're right into the video. With a short, if it's in your feed, you're scrolling, you see it, you have effectively like a minute, like a second and a half to convince someone who randomly stumbles into your video to watch it. And the way to do that is to introduce the premise to them or catch them with some interesting or engaging element. Which is, a lot of the time, it's like, oh yeah, I bought $1 million toaster and I did this. Or just, I ordered pizza in Minecraft. Or, I punched the strongest guy in the world. You pretty much want to treat the first second or two as an intro, as a thumbnail. It doesn't have to flow perfectly. It doesn't have to be great. It can feel kind of awkward. I've seen accounts that just have a 2-second video where they're like, I spent $1 to make a pizza. And then they cut to the actual video. And that's all they do. The intro is really weird. It feels clunky, but it gives the premise and people watch and it gets millions of views. So I have a couple examples of short form videos. I'm not going to watch all of it. I'm just going to show you guys the intro to kind of explain how it works. Also, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for all the follows. I think I might... I think I'm going to turn off the alerts for a second, I think, for this stream, if that's okay with you guys. I'm sorry for not reading them, but I think I just want to keep it fairly streamlined. I don't want to distract if I can avoid it. But thank you guys for the follows. I'll try to thank you guys at the end, but I just want to make sure I'm getting through this. So here are examples of good content. My face is blocking the links. It doesn't matter, but I'll just show you 3 examples of structured content that performed really well, and I'm just going to look at the hook.
I'm one of the greatest button mashers in the world.
That's the hook. You watch the video, you see this, I'm one of the greatest button mashers in the world. From this first 2 seconds, you know everything about the video. You know what the premise is, you know it's going to be about mashing, you know that it's a claim to be the best at something in the world, which is exciting, and there's visuals and graphics shown on to make it more exciting. So you see it, you're like, alright, cool, I want to see it, and people end up watching the rest. And this is also here, he says, you think I'm lying, watch this, which is just him proving things. The video flows well in a sense where you're like, oh, okay, cool. I want to see him prove this, I want to see if he's actually meaning it or if he's just kind of saying stuff. And it performed well. This is, I think, the second most popular video on the channel, all time. Then there is this one, which is... I'm not sure what these links are. This is the same link. Did I post the same link twice?
I'm one of the...
How did... These are different links. Hang on. Hold. I did something wrong, apparently. Hold. We're just gonna do it this way. I have no idea why it fucked up the hyperlink. We're getting custom. This is the... What did it... Okay. Hang on. Hold. That's cool. Okay. I don't know how the hell that happened, but here's the other one.
One YouTuber I hate is called Mr. Top.
Here's this video. The one YouTuber I hate. You watch it, you're like, oh, who does he hate?
The one YouTuber I hate is called Mr. Top.
You're introduced to a YouTuber.
Okay, hate's a little far.
Why does he hate him? Let's try to find out.
Why?
And then he gets to why, and you're like, okay, cool, at this point I'm hooked. I need to hear the story. But the first 2 seconds is the premise of the video. I hate this YouTuber. And then as another example from someone else. This is from Bundun, again, my goat.
Which game has better voice actors, Overwatch 2 or Valorant?
Great title, or great intro. It's the video is introduced, you immediately know what it is. It's comparing voice actors from Overwatch and Valorant. You watch it, that is the thumbnail for the video. That is the thumbnail for the short form content. That's the entire premise. But one of the things about YouTube Shorts is that not every clip is going to be something that is a story. Sometimes people just upload stream highlights, and one of the questions is, how do you do that well? So I have 3 this is, all of these links got fucked. That's really funny. So I have 3 other examples of just shorts of, I think these are Ludwig clips and also my friends.
Do you think these two are siblings or dating?
This is a clip that did really well on the Shorts channel. This one I think has around 20 or 30 million views on the Clips channel. Here's the premise.
Do you think these two are siblings or dating?
I think they're siblings.
Why do you think that?
First premise, it starts, do you think they're siblings or datings? Immediate thing, it has a good hook. People are like, oh, I want to see why. Why do you think that? That's the next question. It explains the video. Everything is set up. This one, I don't remember what all of these are, so I'm going to react to them as I'm pulling them up. I kind of made this really, really long ago.
Do you guys not like...
This is my friend Squid, again, who I mentioned earlier as this person who blew up over YouTube Shorts.
Do you guys not lie to your Ubers? I lie to all of my Ubers.
There's the premise. Do you guys not lie to your Ubers? I lie to all of my Ubers. That's it. You know what the video is about. And then there's this one, which this is actually, this is a TikTok. I'm just going to pull this up. This is Matt Rife, who is a comedian that I'm sure a lot of you know. who gets insane numbers on TikTok. He gets like millions of views on literally everything he uploads. One of the things that he does, which is an interesting thing that I think is a good structure for it, is he pretty much creates a thumbnail for the video in the first few seconds. Like I'll just pick up a random one.
How far along are you?
He on the stream here says Echo by Shamar Moore. He has the concept here while he's talking, so the video is starting. You're getting into the concept and you're pretty much reading what it's going to be about. And from this you can decide, who do I want to watch this? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah. I'll watch it. And he does this for all of his videos. They all have very basic titles which function as it functions as the clickbait. It's the thumbnail. It's you watch it, you know the premise. If you want to watch it, you keep watching it. And yeah, and it works for him. It does really well. He has insane numbers. He's, I think, probably like the fastest growing comedian of our time. Formatting visually for 916. Formatting visually is admittedly really hard. It's one of the struggles of, especially if you have stream content, you have to find a good way to make the focus there. I like to do a thing like with Ludwig. What I'll often do is I will format the text. Let me see if I can find an example. Hang on. Actually, I think I can just pull up one of these. I'll just use this one as an example here.
I'm one of the greatest button mashers.
I'm just going to play through it. So what I will do for him a lot of the time is I'll zoom out and I'll have this. Yeah. Like, for example, what you could do here is you can have stuff like at the top, you have the face cam. That way you don't have to change the actual orientation of it too much. And then you can have a whole dedicated section for gameplay or subtitles or whatever else, and you can break it up in a way where it makes more sense. Because if it's something close, if I take this video, if I was streaming and I was here and I'm trying to make a TikTok and I'm moving like this the whole time, it's going to be really confusing. Even if you track it really well, it's going to be disorienting, it's going to be unfun to watch, and it's going to be just a pain in the ass. So I like to dedicate sections to subtitles versus face cam, because that way I can take, say, this camera here, put it on the entire like bottom third. I don't have to move as much. It can be very slight movements, and the top is where all the visual elements happen. So everything is still there. There's a reason it's separated. You can watch, you can see my reaction, you can look up, and you can see all the subtitles, and then you keep looking back and forth, back and forth. And I think that's a good way to break it up. That is a good question. I didn't talk about that. I don't actually have that in here, but I'm happy to answer that. And also, the last thing is, let me give an example of one that isn't really good. This is one of the videos that I uploaded for Ludwig. This is a short that performed really poorly on his main account. We kind of crunched for this one. We didn't know what to do. I didn't think it was going to perform super well the whole time, and it just didn't. But I'll show you the hook, and you can kind of tell it just feels a little bit lifeless.
I hired a psychic, and they gave me the best news of my life.
It's kind of boring. Like, it's you get the premise, but there's no real reason to watch. The cuts are weird. He didn't send a lot of videos, so it kind of had a whole awkward thing there. But it doesn't have that same kind of energy. It gives the idea, but even though it's giving the premise, it doesn't give a reason for you to watch. It's not like you're checking it out and you're like, oh, I want to see what happens. It's just kind of like, okay, she gave you the best news of your life. I don't really care. Because the average person scrolling shorts, if they don't know who Ludwig is, they won't give a shit. If I'm on YouTube Shorts and I scroll through and some random creator is like, I hired a psychic and they told me something that was going to change my life, I'd be like, good for you, man. I don't fucking care. And then I scroll, you know? What did the psychic tell him? She told him that, like, the Lakers were going to win or something, and then it was wrong. It was, the whole thing, the video is mid. It's a mid video. I'm not going to pretend it's a fantastic video. It doesn't even matter, but the hook is just kind of lifeless. I didn't want to go through and find other videos from people who, like, aren't my own to be like, this is another video that didn't perform well, because that just doesn't feel right, you know? But it's just not a great video. It's just kind of boring. They got to be hooked on you. It's not hooked on you. It's if the video itself is something about you as a person, you want to give them a reason to watch it. Like, if it's a thing like, oh, it's about my life. If I'm saying, I had the craziest thing happen to me at home, people want to know, or people need to know me to understand it. There's a matter of the context of what is needed in this vacuum of information to make the viewer who stumbles upon it care. And if you need to give background information into who this is, if there's extra context that needs to be added to make anything that's happening interesting, it's really hard to get people to care, you know? So it's just kind of tough. Leaving this comment so I know where to skip on YouTube later. Bye. All right. Sounds good, Seth. All right. Sorry, I just needed some water. I've been talking for like 40 minutes straight. All right. Continuing. So, in the same game as trying to optimize retention, you want people to watch in the beginning. The other part of it is the very end of the video. Because when people watch a YouTube video, especially if it's structured like it's a story, like I broke the world record for blah, 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 you want the video to end as soon as the viewer gets any kind of satisfaction from it. The second the premise is resolved, the second whatever the concept is comes to its natural conclusion, you want to end it. I don't care if you tell the funniest joke in the world at the very, very end. I don't care if you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever said. The second the question is resolved, a majority of people are going to scroll away. They're going to swipe because they're like, all right, cool. I watched this video to see him do this thing. He did the thing. Awesome. Cool. And they leave. And if you have 5 seconds at the end that is a single joke, most people have already scrolled away. Even if it's really funny, most people have scrolled away. Your attention is tanked. And I have a couple examples of videos. These are videos that were performing really, really solidly. The retention for these, I think, was around probably 90% or something. And then at the very end, you can see little dips. And the dips here, while not the worst thing in the world, it's anyone who scrolls away, they're one, not going to rewatch, which tanks the percentage view. They're not completing it, which tanks the completion rate. And it makes the video perform slightly worse. And you can see it for all of them. This one actually had 2 dips. This was one in the middle where we had a call to action, where it dipped, I think, around 7%. And then at the end, it had a joke that I included because I thought it was funny. And it dropped around another 7%. This one is a video that was performing insanely well. And then at the end is just like a 3-second, 4-second thing of call to action that kind of tanked it. What qualifies as good retention? Good retention, I talked about it earlier, but good retention is if the video was 30 seconds or less, you want to target 90% retention. If the video was 30 seconds or more, you want to try to target 80%. And the higher, the better, and all that matters is short speed, but those are the targets. Let me pull these up. I'm going to pull these up, and I'm going to pull these up on Ludwig's actual analytics so I can show you the retention. I can show you where they have a fall off. This is the one that had the one really big tank right here. Let me find it really quickly. Gold play. Okay. So here's this one. This is the one right here. You can see it tanks right around here. It's 80% at 36 seconds in, and then it tanks at 37 to 72. 59, 52, it ends at 50% retention. And let me show you why. It's at 34. I can't make it full screen, just unfortunate because I really can't do much more for it. I could make it this big, you'll kind of get a basic premise.
3,000 entrants, $5 per entrance, so $15,000 for a gold play button. Subscribe right now.
If you see right there, this is him saying subscribe right now. This is called a call to action. This is when you tell your viewers to do something. He, at this point right here, says subscribe right now and then gives a reason.
$10 million play button too.
And he says he'll sell his 10 million play button. Everyone clicks away the second the video is resolved. He answered the question of how much is a YouTube play button worth.
How much is a gold play button actually worth?
He says it's $15,000. That's how much he sells it for. Subscribe and blah, 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 blah. People don't care. People have seen the number. They're like, all right, cool. I came to see how much it's worth. I now know I can go away satisfied. The call to action kind of tanked that video. What your main goal should be is you want to aim for videos that have graphs like this. And these are, again, some of the better performing ones. But if you look here, there is no point in the video where it tanks. This is the one that performed really, really, really well. And it's the entire thing is over 100%. This one is, what is this video?
I have a speedrunning world record, but it's been a secret for over 5 years.
This is just him talking about a secret world record. Again, the intro is good. The entire video is watched. The retention is very consistent. It ends very sharp. And the same for this one. What is this one? Can I pull this up on the feed as well? Here, I will find this one. Hold. I want to give you guys good graphs to look at too. Gamers. Wait, no, hang on. Gamers. Here's this video where it's, again, the retention on this one isn't even fantastic, but I think it got, also, I'll fucking leak how much this YouTube short made. This is just to give you guys an idea for the money. This is 6.4 million views. It made $350. If you know YouTube, if you have ever made any kind of long form content, you will know that this is atrociously bad. Don't make shorts for money. Make it to grow your account so you can actually eventually start to profit. But this got 6.4 million views. And the retention is really good throughout.
In real life, and hit me between 6 and 8 times each. What did I learn? Nothing, but it fucking hurt.
Video ends sharp. It gets to the end. What did I learn? But it fucking hurt. And then the video starts and it loops. The video itself does not does not fuck around once you get to the basic premise. Once you understand what the intro is, once he's answered the question
people who
of...
have good aim in video games also have good aim in real life?
That's the premise. He got Valorant pros to shoot him with a paintball gun. The question is here...
Nothing, but it fucking hurt.
He learned it hurts because they shot him. The video is resolved, everything is resolved, and it's all resolved in the same the confines of the video. There's no fluff at the end, there's no fluff at the beginning. The retention is consistent and good. And that's what you want to aim to do. You want your videos to have that exact vibe where everything that happens is in the same period of time. I have good aim in video games, but I have bad aim when it comes to dating, so the answer is no. That's true. That is, hey, this is also, it is true. You have answered this as a outlier now in this statistic here. But next up, here is another video. This is, I think, this is probably my favorite video I've ever edited for Ludwig. I'm going to show you this entire thing just because I think it is kind of important to see it to understand what I'm going to say next. So I'm going to show this one. I'm not going to talk for any of it. I'm just going to show you it as it is. And I'll just be completely quiet.
This is the most expensive strawberry in the world. It costs $500, and it's grown in a small farm in Japan. They only make 10 of these strawberries every year. So I'm here to answer the question, is it worth it? Also, if you subscribe right now, I'll try this $50,000 melon, also grown in Japan.
This looks like every strawberry in America, by the way, that they shove with, like, hormones. Oh, wow. Doesn't smell like anything. That's not even close to $500.
So that's the video. That's the entire thing. And if you can see in the graph, there's a couple retention drop-offs. The first one is where the call to action first happens, which I'll pull that up so you guys can see it. Strawberry. And then the second one is at the end where he makes that PlayStation joke. That video also made $300. So right here, which is where he says, if you subscribe right now. And it goes from 97% to 87%. That's around 10%. And then here at the end, where he says, buy yourself a PS5, fuck that. It's another 10% drop. And so I really like this video because the way I had to structure it in a way that would make people want to watch. When Ludwig sent me the video for this, all the footage for it, it was a fuck ton of B-roll. It was him holding the strawberry a million ways, pretending to eat it, doing all this stuff. And the concept was, is this strawberry worth the money? And then all the footage is him taking the strawberry, takes a bite. That's a pretty good strawberry. Takes another bite. Yeah, it's like a strawberry shortcake. Here, take a bite. Takes a bite. Wow, that's a good strawberry. The video is resolved the second he takes the bite and gives his answer. You watch the video, the conflict is the strawberry worth $500, whatever the fuck the cost is? If I just go right to, yeah, it's a good strawberry, nothing else after that matters. I have answered the question. If I had right here at like the 20-second mark answered the question with, oh yeah, that's a good strawberry, the retention would have tanked. It would have tanked. It would have probably dropped, I'm going to say around 30%, just pulling a number out of my ass. Would not have performed well because people wouldn't have cared, you know? Oh, Vacker, hello. Welcome in, Raiders, here for the intel drop. Based on the dips in the graph, would you say that verbal call to actions aren't the best for retention? Would something visual popping up be better? I am Blossom. I am going to talk about call to actions in just a little bit. I think I have a couple of mixed thoughts about it. I'll talk about them all later. I'll break them down more, but that is a good question that I will answer, I promise you. Just keep the question. You can remind me later if I don't answer it at the call to action section. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, we're doing shorts talk. You're raiding into an educational stream. Welcome everyone. Welcome to class. I hope you have brought your notebooks, your pens and pencils. We are deep in the sauce right now and unlocking all of the secrets, you know? But the video itself, because he says, oh yeah, is it worth the $500? Takes a bite, it's resolved. Nothing else matters. So I had to do the thing where I had to stretch it out. I had to make him do this whole show. If he bites it, all the images of the world flash in front of him. So you're kind of waiting. You're still trying to see what's happening. And you kind of get an idea for his reaction because he has all the satisfied looks, all of the images, everything happening at once. And then it gets to the end and it resolves it. And right here, the retention was, I think, 70%, and then it dropped to 60% when I added the joke, fuck that, buy a PlayStation 5 instead. Because you don't need that. It's not an important part of the video. And the next part is call to actions. Blossom, this is actually exactly what you were asking about. So with short form content, I talked before about how established creators kind of don't see a point because they already have viewers and already make money. But you can really buff your subscriber numbers. Like again, Ludwig himself has gotten, I think from shorts alone in the past year, I believe we've gotten him over like 1 million and like 1.2 million followers or million subscribers. I think from shorts alone. I mean, one short has, I think, 340K by itself, and a bunch of other ones have like 50K, 60K each. So it just does all of that. It's really helpful. And one of the big questions is, how do you do a call to action that won't hurt the video? Because as we talked about earlier, retention is the main race. It's the main challenge. And again, I'll say the numbers again for the raiders who don't know. If you're making a short form video and you want to know what a good number is for how it's performing well, if it's less than 30 seconds, the target is 90% retention or higher. If it is more than 30 seconds, you want 80% or higher. And of course, the higher is always better. But all of these videos are videos that included a call to action. This one is the strawberry one, which had a call to action in the middle. And this one is... this one is a video that didn't perform super well. It's a rock, paper, scissors video. I'll show you guys this one too, where I had a call to action at the end. So I'm going to show you guys call to actions that don't work first, so you can kind of understand. So this one, here's the one on the right. This is the he plays rock, paper, scissors versus like foolish gamers.
Rock, paper, scissors
Concept is fine. He gets to right here. This is where he wins rock, paper, scissors.
I'll play somebody who subscribes right now, but I doubt you'll win because...
Do you see the issue? Is the entire last 5 seconds of video is a call to action. People do not care. They don't want to be told to subscribe to someone. It's not something they care about, so they're going to scroll away. So then the challenge is, what do you do to get call to action? How do you get people to subscribe? What is it you can do to make a viewer who sees a short decide that they want to see your video? How many views did the strawberry one? The strawberry one, I think, got 7 million. I can double check. Strawberry, I'll just check really quick. Strawberry video got, strawberry got 6 million, sorry, or 5.5 rather. I'll round it up a little too much there, but yeah, it performed well. It got like 5.6 million for a short video, which had 86% retention. Also, thank you guys for the follows. I have all of the alerts off just for the sake of it, so I appreciate you. I'm not calling everyone out, but yeah. So the challenge is with call to action. How do you do it in a way that makes people want to actually subscribe? How do you make it authentic so someone won't watch the video and scroll away? And the first thing you can do is you can include it in the middle of the video, which is what I always try to do. And even this isn't perfect because, like with the strawberry video here, there is still a noticeable drop-off. It's not terrible. It's not as extreme as this because people still want to see the concept, but there's a drop-off. So the real challenge is you have to find a way to bake the call to action into the video. You don't want people to get taken out of the concept and be like, oh yeah, subscribe because I want to get this milestone. Continue. Because they don't care. A viewer who's watching a video about a $500 strawberry is not going to click the video because they want to hear you plug your subs and try to get numbers. So you have to find a way to make the subscriber count fit into it. And I've been trying to figure this out myself with ways to do it. And I think there's a lot of sneaky ways. I think, Blossom, I think this might be your question. You're talking about visuals to kind of cue to a subscription. And I think this is a really good way to do it. On my own account, I made a video. Hang on, let me pull this up. I'm not going to show the video because I don't think it's important. There's just me kind of experimenting for the sake of testing shorts on smaller accounts to see if I could figure stuff out. But I made a short that I privated that it only got 2.4K views, and I had a call to action in it, and it got 14 subscribers. Not a big sample size, doesn't really show a lot, but in the video I just had a visual. The whole premise was I ordered pizza in Minecraft and there was a mod that lets you like browse the internet online, and when I said, oh yeah, it could do anything, and I mean anything, I did a cut that showed myself clicking the subscribe button next to my name in the game, and that's an authentic way to do it, where it feels like, oh yeah, this is kind of still in the general vein of the video. He's showing a mod that lets him go on the internet on Minecraft. Here's a subscribing thing. It doesn't take you out of the whole vision, you know? And that's one of the ways to do it. And there's also... Wait, hang on. I have one more I want to show, which is, again, the... this is the biggest outlier that I think I've ever seen for a short, which is one that just performed insanely well. Where is... Here it is. I'll show you guys all of the stats for this one, too. If Ludwig gets upset, I'm sure he'll be fine. This is the video. 11.6 million views, subscribers, 334K subscribers for this video. And so this video itself, it has a call to action. It has to. There's no way to get this kind of turnover if you don't have a call to action. So the question kind of that comes into play is, what was the call to action? What did I do? And so I'll show you guys this one. Let me pull it up. I'll play the whole video here. I'm going to play the entire thing again. I'm not going to talk during it, but I'll explain it all afterwards. So this is just another watch, and then I'll go through it all.
The one YouTuber I hate is called Mr. Top 5. Okay, hate's a little far, but they are my arch rival. Why? Well, let me give you some context. I grew up in New Hampshire, which is a really small state that you probably can't find on a map. I grew up in a smaller town in New Hampshire called Hollis, with less than 10,000 people who live there. Now, when I left Hollis, I thought I'd be the most successful YouTuber who grew up in that town. And I was, until Fortnite came out. And one kid from Hollis, New Hampshire grew up to be a successful Fortnite YouTuber with more subscribers than me. So do me a favor and subscribe right now so I can beat...
And then it loops.
The one you...
And with all of that, here's how the retention was. Around 90%, 35 seconds. The video performed really well. And the reason this is such an outlier, the reason this video has so many subscribers, is that the call to action itself is in the video. The entire premise is introduced as, I hate this YouTuber, he has more subscribers than me, it's always been my goal to be the most subscribed viewer from my channel, or from my state, or my city, so subscribe so I can beat them, and then it loops. The video itself, the call to action is what the content is. People are watching it to understand why he hates it, why he hates Mr. Top 5. He understands the premise, he sees it. Oh yeah, you subscribe? Okay, cool. The entire video plugs itself into subscribers. And that's why a lot of creators afterwards did videos very similarly with this. Like, I think Alpharad, he made one that was the same like the exact same premise, talking about Ray William Johnson. Point Crow made one that was pretty much him saying, I want to be the most subscribed viewer or most subscribed creator. I already am. Psych. Who would have thought? And the video itself is just all plays into the subscriber count, you know? And that's why it performed as well as it does. Because you're watching it and organically you're like, well, I'm already invested. I kind of want to see what happens. I want to see the payoff. I want to be a part of this. He gave me a whole call to action over the course of an entire video. I want to be the reason he overtakes him. So now we get to the other. This is like fun editing stuff now. This is less of the real specifics, and this is more of the niche stuff of things you can do to make your content more engaging. All of this is more engaging. We get to looping, and looping is something that is really simple to do, and all it does is it just makes your retention for your videos even better. And looping is made specifically for people who watch the video all the way through. Because if you look on all of the graphs, I'll go back really quickly, the graphs, they always start at above 100%. And the above 100% are people who are rewatching the videos. And if they rewatch the video, all they do is buff the number for the average retention up. So if you have someone who watches the video all the way through, your best interest is to get them to watch as much of the video a second time as possible to make up for people who scroll away the first time. And so looping is a really easy way to do this. I'll show a couple examples here. I just have two of them here. Very basic premises. This is what I do. He says, watch me right now.
This one time in college. Watch me right now. This one time in college.
All I do is this is just a quick little wipe. I have it layered. It just scans away what he has, and it goes right back into the beginning. He doesn't do anything pre-recorded to make it loop all the time. It's nothing fancy, but it flows right into it, and it doesn't have a hard cut at the end where it just restarts. Because people who watch it, if they get right here, watch right now, if they're already hooked, and then it does this, and it plays, people might think, oh, there's more to the video. Let me watch the rest.
This one time in college.
And say they get to right here's one time in college, and they realize, oh yeah, I've already seen this video. They scroll away. That's an extra 5% on your average watch time for the one view. There's also
but it fucking hurt. Do people
this one, which was the video I showed earlier. It's just
it fucking hurt. Do people who have good aim in video games?
It's easy. It's a really easy thing to do. If you're an editor, or you make any kind of short form content, just make it loop. It's not a big ask. It's not hard to do. Just make a motion blur effect, have it swipe across, play a sound effect, and reloop. Makes it easier. Anyone who rewatches, you get more retention. It helps you out. Small thing to do that really, really helps. And if you want to get really creative, you can do some really meta stuff like, I think, where is the video I'm looking for? This is my friend Alpharad, who, this is the video again where he said, I hate this YouTuber. I'm just going to show you what he does.
And subscribe right now, because I recently saw Ludwig talk. Start a loop, huh? Yeah, nice try, buddy.
He has a fake loop in the video. Super meta, really fun, kind of crazy. What are all the comments saying? Where are they? Where are they? I said one. The fake loop got me. Fake loop got me. The fake loops become the meta. People watch the video, they see the loop, and they're like, oh yeah, it's re-looping. And then it is just enough time for the fake loop to happen. Like, oh shit, that's funny. Video ends, they watch a little bit more because like maybe there's another fake loop. Maybe there's something else happening. It gets them hooked, it helps, and it gets them to comment. Commenting is another thing I'll talk about later as far as helping retention. But now, let me go into more basic editing stuff. I kind of jumped the gun and said I was doing that now. But keeping your content engaging is the other big part of it. Because again, it's retention. There's a lot of ways to do it. Storytelling is the big thing. You want your story to flow really well. But there's a lot of visual and audio elements you can do that help. And so the basic one is subtitles, which everyone knows subtitles. Subtitles are when you say a word and it pops up on screen. You don't have to be crazy with it. It's nothing insane. It is pretty much just an accent piece to what is happening. You want it to kind of be an added piece of focus to kind of accompany what is being said. It doesn't have to be its own separate thing. It just should be there to amplify what is being said and reinforce it. And now I'm going to show two examples of subtitles because I see a lot of people who do subtitles in a way that I think is wrong. So I'm going to show you these two examples. This is the way that I'll show you the other one first.
How much is it?
Because people will subtitle stuff, and I see this all the time. And it's a minor thing, but it kind of bothers me, and I'll explain why after I show it.
How much is a gold play button actually worth? Well, I just found out the answer.
So that's example one. And then here's example two.
How much is a gold play button actually worth? Well, I just found out the answer.
So the difference here for these is that there's a very normal flow for the one that I showed second, where the subtitles themselves, all they do is they accompany the movement. Because when subtitles, it's kind of a similar thing to in movies, how you want everyone's vision to kind of track the flow of the action. You want your eyes to naturally go to where they should go next. So when you're watching a video, even if it's on a phone, even though it's, again, it's mobile, it's not the same thing as a movie, you want people's eyes to naturally go to where they should go. And the best way to do that is with subtitles. They pop up, they show an effect, the eyes will naturally go to where the words are, and you want to make it as seamless a transition as possible from the word to what the focus is. Because if I'm watching a video, I'll show you the second one again.
How much is a gold?
If I'm watching this video and there is all this shit happening on screen, like I'll show you all the things that I did. They're kind of all the slight issues.
How much is it?
So here I have the text pop on, slide left, another text pops in. Right after something scrolls from the bottom, goes left, comes in right. All of it is all a little bit messy. It's all happening. It's fine. You can read it, but it takes away a bit. It's all the movement isn't flowing in a way that is helpful. It kind of takes you out of it. Even if it's a small thing, it makes it less enjoyable to watch. Versus something more minimal where I don't even have as much movement on this one.
How much is a gold play button actually?
But like just like things like the subtitle here, it comes in with the gold play button. So how much is it? And then as the gold play button comes in, you see it. You see the words. It amplifies the point. Gold play button, YouTube play button. The visual is there.
Gold play button actually.
I do a zoom. It swipes down. Here the words pop in when it's happening. So the movement is coming in and the subtitle is doing the exact same movement, you know?
Worth. Well, I just found out the answer.
Carly, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Hope you have your pens and pencils. But this is just the small thing of you want your subtitles to flow. You want it to make sense. If you have any kind of movement in your video, you want it to be consistent. You don't want there to be a point where you're watching a video and you have to dart your eyes up and down to read stuff. Well, say the subtitles are up here and the focus is down here. If you're watching a video, let's say the subtitles are down here and all of the action is happening in the top third. There is no way to watch this in a way that makes sense. My eyes are here, my eyes are there, my eyes are here. It's now a chore. It's no longer easy. It's no longer something I just want to watch carelessly, put no thought into. I now have to be actively participating to get the most out of it. So you want to make it as easily to consume as possible. It's a small thing. This is just one of those more, this is how I view the art of editing stuff and the flow for it. It's me being a little picky, but I promise you it's important. So if you have a video, you want to just have everything be persistent or consistent rather with all the movement. Let me close this. Next up is scene changes. This is the big thing with changing the pace of the video, changing the general scene. Easy consume, that's me. I consume. Hey, you get it, X-Ray. You understand. But scene changes. This is an understanding of when you want to cut away from the footage as it is to something else. So a lot of the time, like say you have, I'll show you guys, for example, this is the footage that I'm sent by Ludwig. This is what I am sent. This is the raw footage of everything I get. I'll play this one. This is just a funny one that I like. I get all of this awkward time. Really great, super
Make
cool.
a fucking video on Twitter about me staring at the screen. It just delays sometimes when I record, so I'm waiting.
He tells me not to make a video about it, which I definitely will be doing because I love doing that because it's really funny to make fun of him.
But I'm gonna say stuff in a second. I'm rattled now. I'm rattled.
I'm in his head. I'm roasting him. It's fine. It's fine. I've got in his head. Unimportant. Now let me show. That was mostly just me trying to show that Parker think it's funny. But here, let me show the rest of the video now.
How many men does
This
it
is
take
how
to
he
climb
shows
a
it.
wall? It might sound like a dumb question, but there's a real sport out there called rock climbing, specifically bouldering, where people go to a gym and they climb very difficult.
If the entire video was him talking like this,
How many men does it take
if
to
there were
climb a
no
wall?
visual
It
changes,
might
if the
sound like a dumb
scenery is the
question,
same,
but
it's
there's
just
a
him
real sport
talking,
out there called
it's not
rock climbing,
engaging.
specifically
All you're
bouldering,
seeing, the
where
only
people go
visual
to a gym.
stimuli you're getting here is him talking in the subtitles. It doesn't amplify the words. It doesn't make the story more easy to understand. It just exists as this weird kind of strange thing where you have someone telling you a story, which is fine. But if there's ways to amplify it, if there's ways to make it better, all it does is make the story more engaging. And I think I can show an example here. This is the one I already showed before, but I'll show, for example, what I do with visuals. If this video about Ludwig saying, I hate this YouTuber, he had more subscribers than me, is just a video of him complaining about a guy, no one would care. Or not that they wouldn't care, but they wouldn't care as much. There's no amplification. There's no reason to accentuate what he's saying.
I grew up in New Hampshire, which is a really small state that you probably can't find on a map.
All of this is just adding to what he's saying. It's not taking it away. It's not a visual that happens for no reason. I'm not throwing fucking air horns on there. There's not graphics of shit popping up for no reason. Everything is said is going with him. I live in New Hampshire. Not an exciting sentence. Here is him in New Hampshire. Here it is on a map. You probably can't find it. This is just accentuating the fact that people might not know where New Hampshire is.
I grew up in a smaller town in New Hampshire called Hollis, with less than 10,000 people.
Not a lot of people. All of this is done in a way to add to what he is saying. Every single thing here is done to make it more understandable what is being said. 10,000 people, not a lot of people. What if I just show graphics of people popping up? That's not a lot of people. It just seemed kind of small. Here's the town. You can kind of visualize it. You get more of an idea. It makes it more shocking that there's someone else from his town who has more subscribers than him.
There. Now, when I left Hollis, I thought
Basic
I'd be
animation
the most
thing.
successful YouTuber who grew up in that town.
A lot of stuff flashing through that all fits with what he's saying of all of his accomplishments to, again, reinforce the idea that he's an established YouTuber. He has done a lot of successful stuff. He's done big shows, fancy events, all of this stuff. He's done all of it, and he's still not the biggest creator.
I was. Until Fortnite came out.
Cut to Fortnite.
One kid from Hollis, New Hampshire grew up to be a successful Fortnite YouTuber with more subscribers than me.
There he is. Now he's the enemy. It's on fire. We hate this guy. We have to beat him. We have to take him down. You have a reason. Everything that is said is being used as an accessory to the words. And that's one of the goals you should have. You don't want to have the same static image. If I'm talking this whole time and I'm looking at the camera and nothing else is happening, it feels weird. It feels uncomfortable. It feels very strange to have someone just talk to you in silence with words popping up. You want it to feel like a video. You want it to feel like it's a story that you're watching and you're a part of. It has the same kind of movie vibe, you know? One footage of me being horribly awkward. Wait, that's just my regular video. Damn. Hey, we'll get there. Hey, it's okay, brother. We're all awkward recording into the camera. How do you deal with burnout, my man? Burnout is a separate issue that I feel like I cannot tackle right now. Because that's just a matter of finding time to do stuff for yourself. Entirely different thing. It is hard. Listen, I get burnt out for sure. I have, like, weeks where I'm doing, like, 8-hour days back to back to back to back to back to back to back. How would you apply that to a gaming clip? Like something funny happened in a game, like maybe Tears of the Kingdom? How would I apply scene changes? So scene changes in games? That's actually a good question. I think scene changes in games, it's an understanding of when to cut away or when to cut fluff. Because let's say you have a 60-second clip of you doing something. Say you're creating some robot in Tears of the Kingdom as an example. Say you're trying to make that hover bike or something fancier with a million different parts, and you're trying to glue them all together and fuse them all together. You don't want to show the entire process. You don't want to say, look, here it is. I have a log. Here, I'm putting this tire on. I'm putting this on, putting this on, putting this on. Here's this thing. You want to show exactly as much as needed as to give context. You don't want it to drag. You don't want to show everything. It's something like, say you just do a cut like you just cut every single fusion. Bam, 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 bam. Piece attached. Now you can fly. You know? It's the entire thing with videos is because retention is the focus. You want to have as little fluff as possible. You want the video to be a complete story that shows everything without dragging, without including stuff that's not important, you know? If it's a whole ass 30-second clip of you playing and say you're walking for 20 seconds, please, for the love of God, don't include you walking for 20 seconds. Have you walk, you say one thing, you cut to after you're walking. You can do stuff where you focus on the camera, you do a zoom so the cut doesn't feel as awkward. You just hard cut if you want, and it's fine, and it will flow in a way where people are more engaged. You don't want to have the same exact static image on screen for too long because it gets boring, you know? If I'm watching a movie and it is 20 minutes of a guy staring into a camera talking, I will get bored. You know how people make jokes about SpongeBob, fucking all the SpongeBob episodes having cuts every 3 seconds? That's because the cuts make it more exciting. If it's just a thing walking, it has less engagement. And I hate that it's the Coco Melon baby stim where you have to have a change, you'll lose interest. But that's the way it works. If it's on the short form market, you are competing for views of the most ADHD audience possible. If they're on their phone, they can at any point in time scroll away and find something else. They will be pickier than any other platform out there. But that means if you can capitalize on it, if you can keep them watching, you will get views, which will get you more growth, which will get people who will watch your long form stuff. And that's the whole plan. You just want every video to have all of the pieces you need to succeed. And you want it to not have a point where it's like, ooh, this is very clearly tanking, you know? This is really great stuff. It has my mind racing a lot in the content I've seen and how to improve. Well, I'm glad it's helpful. I'm glad it's making an input and kind of changing the view. I always try to get the cuts for the context to be given, but I guess to elevate that content would have to get appropriate zoom-ins and other editing things. Zoom-ins, you don't... I'm trying to think of the best way to describe, like, that kind of editing stuff. So, I personally, I do zoom-ins because if it's Ludwig talking, for example, if it's footage of someone talking statically to a camera, any kind of movement, if you accentuate it with the subtitles like we talked about before, it gives it more power. It feels like, oh, this is a thing that is more important. It's like when he talks like, hey, I got into a fight with 5 million people, and it zooms in at 5 million people, this is suddenly a big thing, you know? This is suddenly, oh, 5 million people is a lot of people, clearly because he's focusing on it, he's showing a zoom, it's all dramatic, whatever. It makes it feel more heavy, more weighted with what he's saying. And I feel like in games, you want to use the zooms for, say something is happening that's a little bit further away, or say you have a reaction that is super over the top, like say you get jump scared in a horror game. You get a jump scare, and your reaction is the main focus, and let's say you have a 50-50 split of camera and, I'm just going to grab, hang on, I'm just going to pull this up just as an example for what I mean. What I'm showing doesn't matter. Let's say, for example, let's say this is a gaming clip. We're going to pretend this isn't Strawberries, it's a gaming clip. Face cam is down here. This is a horror game up here. The jump scare happens up top. Say Ludwig freaks the fuck out and screams and falls out of his chair. I want to make the focus the bottom camera now. So what I would do is I would zoom in, and I would zoom in a way where everything else moves up. It feels like the entire video is shifting, and it just shows him. And now it's close up on his face. Oh, you can see the reaction, and then it goes down. Or you can show the jump scare, zoom in on the jump scare on the top half, and then cut to him screaming and falling or whatever, because it makes it feel more weighted. It feels a lot more like a call and response, if that makes sense. You want to always have the focus of the video be what the focus of the video is. And if you have a split, which is face cam and gameplay, which I really recommend because it has a lot of stuff to work with and makes it more engaging, and you can put the subtitles right in the middle like a line. It lets you play with those lines and be like, all right, I'm going to now focus on gameplay. Zoom in on the gameplay. Okay, zoom in on the face cam. Gameplay, face cam, gameplay, face cam. First few minutes need to be more engaging. If the rest is engaging, that's good, but it's not as important. In the drop-off of most full-form videos being around the 2-3 minute mark, do you do more engaging editing for the first few minutes and then a bit more chilled as the video goes on? I'm asking, this is more short form. For long form videos, it's the same thing. You want to get people hooked in the concept. Of course, you always want the first few seconds to be engaging. Go watch anything Mr. Beast puts out. His video starts, the premise is there, hard cuts, here are the reasons why to watch, here is what's going to happen. It's pretty much all a trailer for the rest of the video, is how he starts his videos, and that's what works for long form. I can't talk about long form as much because it's not my expertise, and I don't want to misspeak, but you don't need fast edits, you just need the content to work. Next up is audio. Audio functions very similar to everything else we were talking about accentuating a point and setting a tone. You need the audio to fit the vibe of the video. It's if you have music, or okay, let me actually start. It is always better to have music for your video than no music. Because audio is, once again, it is just another stimuli. It's just another sense that's being used when you're watching content. If I'm watching a video and there's no sound, if there's ever a point in time, like let's say I'm talking to you guys right now. Yeah, I was just at work. I had such a busy day. I stopped talking for like a half second. You're now aware of how quiet it is. If there's video to fill it, it kind of makes it feel like it's a lot more of a properly crafted thing. And so you can just add general music that kind of fits the vibe. You can use just Animal Crossing stuff if it's gaming clips, if it's nothing crazy. But you can also do stuff like, I'm going to watch another video here. I'm going to show the strawberry one. I know I'm showing a lot of the same videos here. Just try to focus on just the audio stuff now.
This is the most expensive strawberry in the world. It costs $500.
Fancy music, kind of set the tune, really fancy, really extravagant. There's stuff like this. There's a wipe transition. I have a wipe sound effect that plays.
They only make 10 of these strawberries.
The ding pops up. It makes it more exciting. Here's 1 of 10. It's a separate thing, you know?
Every year. So I'm here to answer the question.
Another swipe.
Is it worth it?
This looks like every strawberry in America, by the way.
I have
that they
here,
shove with,
I
like,
add a
hormones.
sniffing noise. It's very quiet, but I add a little sniffing noise here, which makes it look, oh, he actually smelled it. Minor.
Wow. Doesn't smell like anything.
And then this whole video, this entire video, the focus of it is with the music. Is adding a swipe actually beneficial? It makes it more engaging. It's not like, I think there's no exact proof to show, oh yeah, having a swipe sound effect makes it better, but it makes everything feel more weighted. It's the main focus of, if you have any kind of movement in a video, it should have a purpose. And if you're doing a swipe to a new scene, I think it really helps to have some audio accompany it, because it makes it feel more intentional. It's more like, oh yeah, it's swiping, here is the video audibly changing. There's a sound that plays, this is no longer the same section, it's now a different scene. It helps it transition into itself. And then for this video, again, music plays, very dramatic music, all these cuts that are synced with it. Just slight audio things like I have in that section there, I cut the music so it got louder on each drum hit to make it feel, again, more powerful. It makes it feel more engaging. It's a small thing. I don't have as much exact evidence to show it, but just, here it is. It's a stimuli, it's an audio thing. It adds weight to everything that's happening on screen. So you want to try to find songs that fit the vibe. You want to try to find things that will help to add to the point. No, yeah, 100%. I think...
That's not even close to $500.
I think adding to the idea of, like, everyone jokes about the Subway Surfers. Vale, I'm gonna actually jump off your point because I think it's a really, really good one. I think for the Subway Surfers, people ask, oh, is this really the meta? I add Subway Surfers to a video and it performs well. No, the meta isn't adding Subway Surfers to a video. The meta is adding Subway Surfers to an engaging story that has nothing else happening visually. If I'm listening to a story, if I have my eyes closed and someone is talking to me, I'm watching a podcast, or I'm listening to a podcast. That's not as engaging on short form where you have to be watching something, you have to feel engaged, you have to be invested. If I'm watching a soap cutting video, Family Guy funny moment, I'm watching Subway Surfers Minecraft parkour, my eyes are watching something, there is something happening, and at the same exact time, I'm being fed something else. So my brain is focusing on the story that's happening, and my eyes are watching all of the movement, and it's keeping me engaged. I'm pretty much, it's like you have 2 tabs open, you know? It's you have a tab of music and you have a tab you're watching. It makes it so you can focus on both at the same time, and it just keeps you more engaged. Meta is ADHD, the algorithm is manipulator. Yeah. That's exactly it. The product, the world is dying, God is dead, and we killed him. That's true. That's 100%. I'm glad you get it, Vale. That is actually completely correct. That's just exactly what it is. But yeah, it's just stimuli. You want to have people locking into as much stuff as possible, and if you can make it cohesive with visuals and audio, it just makes it more engaging, makes it more exciting, makes it more easy to watch. The next one, this is more of a trick than a big thing, and this applies to mostly TikTok and YouTube. So, talked about retention, talked about it a million times. Rewatch is big. You want to know a crazy thing about YouTube Shorts? You want to know a fun little Easter egg with YouTube Shorts? If I am watching...
Today, I'm going to try the most expensive...
If I'm watching a YouTube Short right here,
First, let's try the cheapest
and I pull up the comment...
So I went to my
I'm
local
watching this
grocery
video
store
right now, right?
and picked up this
Let me
guy.
scroll
It
through.
cost $1 for every
My
piece of
local
sushi.
sushi place sells
I tried
sushi for
it,
30 cents.
and I'd rate it about a 5 out of 10.
Wow, that's
Kind of
so
dry, but with
crazy.
enough soy sauce,
I
you can't
really,
taste it.
really love
Then, I
sushi.
flew over to Tokyo, Japan, to one of Japan's most
And then I
expensive
comment
restaurants
this?
to try this.
Did you realize how the video was playing the entire time?
And that's not because it has fancy
The
gold or
entirety
caviar,
of the
it's just how
video.
expensive the meat is.
Yeah, I'll post it. I don't care. I don't really care. but the entirety of the video, while it was playing, I was commenting. That counts for watch time. All of that time, while I wasn't even paying attention to the video and I was looking at comments, that counts for watch time. If you can get a discussion going, if you can get people to say something, if you make a viral video and you have a comment that asks a question that gets people to comment and respond, that's more watch time. People are going to pull up the comments if they really enjoy it. It's the next step where I think the average person won't look at the comments on YouTube or TikTok. But if they really like it, they'll like to read it, to be a part of the community, to kind of read through and understand what's happening and to discuss it with people. If you can find a way to generate discussion, if you can have a call to action, be like, oh, what do you think? Let me know what you think down below. People will comment while the video is playing. Say they finish the video once, they start reading the comments, the video plays through 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, while they are reading comments and trying to respond. All this does is you now have under your belt of viewers, you have someone who has a 400% watch rate because while your video was playing on loop in the background, they were trying to find a comment they could respond to or find a joke they could make. Or when they're wiping, or when they're wiping. Yeah, when they're wiping their ass in between watching the videos. It's all good. And it's the same on TikTok. TikTok has the exact same thing. I have videos, I don't have the links anymore. Back when I was a social media manager for Panda, we had videos that would get 3 million views with, let's say, like 1 in every 20 views would be a like, which is really bad. On TikTok, my general ratio is 1 like per 4 views is how I judge things. 1 in 5 is also good. 1 in 6 is also good, but 1 in 4 is like the golden ratio. 1 in 5 that I always kind of aim for. We'd have videos that would have terrible ratios. Rewatch time would be insane. Engagement would be insane. Not in likes, but in comments. Because people would comment something and they would have a discussion, they'd have a big argument. And while they're trying to read through the thread and understand what is happening and type out their hate comment or whatever the fuck, the video is playing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times while they're just spewing vitriol. Which is a lot of why, if you see a lot of stuff on like YouTube Shorts, people are like, oh yeah, the alt-right YouTube Shorts pipeline. If you want to know part of why that exists, it's because there are people who will watch it and they will go to comment, wow, this is complete bullshit. Why are we letting this transphobic stuff happening? And then someone responds with, actually, I think this is right. And then while this racist video is playing, we have people talking back and forth in the comments for God knows how long. And all it is doing is buffing the numbers in the algorithm. And it's also doing this super fun thing for the audience where, oh, cool. I watched a video about Andrew Tate for fucking I watched it through 10 times, and YouTube is like, oh yeah, you must like this video of Andrew Tate. No, it's you were just fucking trying to fight off all the haters, all the racist fucking misogynists in the comments, and you got 1 million watch hours on the content, and now you're going to keep being fed it, and you're going to keep hate commenting, it's going to keep buffing it. It's a whole fucking mess. It's how people will constantly end up on those weird sides of TikTok. Like, when people say things like, oh, how did I end up on cornhole TikTok? It's they comment on a video, they start responding to it, and they're watching it 1 million times, and it goes, wow, they really love cornhole. They watched this video 14 times. That's crazy. They must be a huge fan, you know? And you finally disagree. Yeah, it's 100%. It's, if there's content you don't like, this is a general tip. This isn't actually for the virality of it, but if there's video you hate, don't hate watch, don't hate comment. Nothing good will come of it. All you're doing is buffing the video. Same goes for Twitter. It goes for every social media. Stop fucking signal boosting bullshit. Just don't do it. This isn't even what this video is about, but just stop doing it. If you don't want to fucking not see Andrew Tate on YouTube, don't watch the shorts and hate comment. Just don't do it. Just move on. I know it's hard, but just move on. The comments, it's more of a TikTok thing, but it works on YouTube too. So here's the next question. This is something that I get asked all of the time. When is the best time to post? And this is a big question. I know everyone, this is probably what some of you are here for. So, and if you've posted on TikTok, I'm sure you have looked up before when is the best time to post. And you've seen this graphic, right? Super cool graphic. Doesn't fucking matter. Ignore all of this. This is all bullshit. There is no right time to post. It does not matter. With short form specifically, I want to clarify. Long form, it matters more. Short form, who fucking cares? I have uploaded videos at 5 a.m. I've uploaded videos at like 3 a.m. on a fucking Thursday, which is not the optimal time, that have gotten 10 million views. It does not matter. The way content works, the way videos are pushed in general, actually, I'll talk about the way it's pushed, I think, on the next slide or two, but it doesn't matter. The only right time to post is if you have a dedicated audience. Let's say you have an audience on TikTok where it's like, at 8 a.m. you have 150,000 viewers who are active, which is the peak. You can fucking upload it there. That's the best chance of it hitting your target audience, but it doesn't matter because that's not really how the algorithm is focused. So do whatever. This works. This is for YouTube Shorts and TikTok. It doesn't matter. All videos get the same chance. It's not gonna fuck over your video because you made a post at 2 a.m., you know? The only viral videos I've had on TikTok, I can directly point towards the elements that made them bigger. It is a fucking big formula. Algorithms. All right, this is... I'm getting to the end of the whole presentation here, by the way. This is... I'm not going to do a whole TikTok breakdown. I've already made a whole video on that way back when. But we're going to talk about algorithms briefly. I'm going to talk about TikTok. I'm going to talk about hashtags. Not going to go super in-depth, but hashtags on TikTok is something that pisses me the fuck off because I am so goddamn tired of people who don't know how it works, who have good content, just kneecapping themselves for no reason. It drives me fucking insane. If I will yell at my friends. This is one of few things I will yell at my friends for. I will see my friends upload a video, like my friend Oxy, for example, uploads a video that is her reacting to Dragon Ball Z. And I'm like, oh, this is a fun video. It's Dragon Ball Z. It's just reaction. It's very fine content. It's good. It's Dragon Ball, so it's engaging. And I look at the tags in this hashtag For You page, hashtag anime, hashtag Demon Slayer, hashtag XYZ, hashtag Gamer Girl, hashtag Twitch, hashtag Streamer, hashtag all of this shit. And just don't fucking do that. There is no reason. It doesn't help. It doesn't do anything to help. Everyone thinks if you add 1 million hashtags, it helps you get more views. It might help you get more views at baseline, but it fucks up your video. You won't get the reach because the way content works, and this is how the algorithms work on every single platform. The video is pushed based on indicators that help it find the audience. And the main ones on TikTok and kind of YouTube's algorithm I don't know as well, but the focuses are things like the description and the hashtags. Because on YouTube you can have 3 tags on a video, 3 hashtags in the description rather, and TikTok you can have as many tags as you want. What happens is when you upload a video, it is pushed to a set amount of videos. I'm going to say, for example, it gets pushed to 100 people. You upload a video, it goes to 100 people based on all of the indicators you've applied, which is things like hashtag, description, sounds, video effects, whatever you do on TikTok, as well as just titling stuff. It's pushed to an audience that it thinks fits that bubble. And if you have really broad hashtags, it doesn't know where to guide your content. So let's say, for example, you have 100 viewers that are going to see your video initially. Because it pushes out in waves. It pushes out to 100 people, and if the engagement of the initial 100 is good, it takes it a step further and pushes it to, say, 1,000 people who are slightly more broad. They like it. It pushes it to 5,000 people, again, slightly more broad, and keeps pushing it and pushing it and pushing it to a broader and broader audience outside of the scope of your hashtags until it reaches any kind of carrying capacity. And then it's like, all right, cool, this video has had its run. We're going to stop recommending it because this is as far as it should go. If your initial audience that you're hitting is not the right one, your video will not perform well. And this isn't a thing where this is a theory. This is true. This is just a factual statement. If you upload a video that is, my example here is, say you're uploading Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 6 rather. You're uploading a Street Fighter 6 video onto TikTok. And you're like, I want the Street Fighter 6 community to see this video. And you add hashtag For You page, hashtag streamer, hashtag Street Fighter 6. What'll happen is it shows the 100 people, the initial 100 audience, and it goes based on hashtags. So let's say it looks at who is currently online scrolling their For You page, and it goes, all right, cool. What tags are there in this video that people engage with? All right, it has hashtag For You page. How many people are scrolling TikTok that engage with content with hashtag For You page? And hashtag For You page is fucking everything. Every single video on fucking TikTok has hashtag For You page. It makes me fucking insane. It makes me so mad. It's one of my big complaints. It drives me up a wall. But because of that, because every single video by the most normal people ever is up there, if you post niche content here, they will not care. Because on TikTok, a lot of people who like an hashtag For You page are people who are looking there just trying to find dance trends or funny skits or whatever. And if someone's scrolling in the For You page category on TikTok sees Street Fighter 6 content, they're not gonna give a fuck. They don't know what that is. They don't know what a fighting game is. There's not even a big audience for fighting games on TikTok. They scroll. They just move on. It's so fucking, it's dumb. People don't understand. You don't want to have the average generic hashtags. You want to get as niche as you need to. If your content is a game, if it is Street Fighter 6, for example, which is my reference, it's a fighting game if you don't know, you want your hashtags to be Street Fighter 6. You want them to be fighting games. And you want it to be like maybe just like Street Fighter 5 or something if you want to capture that. So now, when the video is recommended, it will look for people in those hashtags as the initial audience. And those aren't established content fields on TikTok, but it will find people who best fit, and they're more likely to like it. and then it'll push it to the next wave, and maybe the next wave after isn't big because it's, again, a small community. You still get more reach than having a million fucking people who don't care watch the video for 2 seconds and kneecap your video. It doesn't help. It's the same thing with, say you have a video that's Minecraft. Minecraft is a bigger category. You don't want to do hashtag For You page because people, again, they won't care. You want to try to get Minecraft people. So you just kind of want to have more guided content. It's the same thing with like titles and descriptions and stuff on YouTube. It's less of a factor. TikTok is the one I can speak to more. I have another tip that I always recommend people is make a hashtag for your own username on TikTok. If, like, for me, for example, whenever I post, which isn't very often, I always use the hashtag Radstads. Whenever I post Ludwig, I always use hashtag Ludwig. And all that this does is this helps you to create your own dedicated audience in a set circle. Where if you upload a video now, and let's say you have the hashtag for your name. Say I have the hashtag Radstads on a video. TikTok will like, all right, cool. Who is online that has liked a video with hashtag Radstads? This is only people who have seen my content before and have enjoyed it. I'm now targeting my specific audience here, and I'm hitting them as the initial one, which gives you a buff. What would you do for hashtags for a video like Ludge Strawberry Short? Ludge Strawberry Short is a weird one because it's very niche. What I usually do for him is I do stuff like hashtag Ludwig, which is really basic. I use hashtag streamer, which is a benefit that he has in the fact that he is very established in the streaming space. So using hashtag streamer will make it so people who know streaming and Twitch will see his stuff and will watch it. And I would maybe do this something called core, which is what this video qualifies apparently, which is like when it's the whole life flash for is apparently the niche. I'd probably use that as well. But I don't really know. Those would be my 3 guesses on TikTok. I don't remember. I uploaded it myself on the TikTok. I can actually check for sure, but I'm pretty sure I just used hashtag Ludwig and hashtag streamer. Let me check really quick. Give me 1 second. I heard hashtags don't really have that much impact anymore. Hashtags have impact. If someone's telling you hashtags don't have impact, they are lying. If you're talking about TikTok. On YouTube, I don't know as much. YouTube tagging, I don't know YouTube's tagging system as well. TikTok, I have 3 years of expertise practicing on TikTok, like learning how the algorithm works, just fucking around with it for so many years on so many different accounts and different niches. So I know TikTok's algorithm inside and out. I could talk to that one for 3 hours. I'm not going to do that now because I don't have the time, and I already have done it before. But I could talk about it for so long. Hang on, let me try to find this strawberry video. The strawberry video on TikTok, it got 2.2 million views, 350k likes, and the hashtags were Ludwig and streamer. And the caption was, I bought the most expensive strawberry in the world. Self-explanatory. You see it, you understand. It's very cut and dry. YouTube hashtags definitely matter. That's my thing, Peanut. I know they matter. I know they're important. I know you want to use hashtags that are related to the content. I assume it's in the same vein as TikTok, but I can't speak to how important they are, so I'm not going to try to. If I don't understand it, if I don't know for sure what I'm saying is true, I'm not going to talk to it. It matters. The level is kind of varied. But, again, no, use the hashtags for your username. Also, on top of it, it also doubles as, if you use a hashtag for your username, it's the only way to really see your view count on TikTok, because TikTok analytics are complete ass, and you cannot view your total cumulative views on your page unless you specifically go out of your way to, like, use a third-party website or app. And if you have a hashtag that is just your name and you're not some big creator, you can get more of an estimated idea. It won't be perfect, but it's something. Do TikTok captions matter? TikTok captions matter. TikTok captions, they matter. TikTok captions, they matter similarly. They're the same as TikTok captions are TikTok clickbait. It's the same thing where it's the thumbnail. You read the video. Or hang on, let me try to explain this again, because this is a separate thing that TikTok does. Because TikTok has captions that are visible on the video. I talked before about how the hook of the video on YouTube has to be really good. On TikTok, you have the benefit of the hook can be okay. People watch, they're like, yeah, this is a good concept. I don't know if I care that much, but, and they scroll down to look and they'll read the description itself. They'll read the caption and they'll go, yeah, I want to watch that. And the caption functions as an extra little piece of something to see if people want to be a part of it, you know? I had an interview for a marketing assistant position, and they asked me, how do you check analytics in TikTok? And I was like, okay, how do you tell? But the TikTok analytics are not great. TikTok analytics suck. They're terrible. Dude, should the hashtags for the caption... We went 0 for 2. Should the hashtags be in the caption, or can you comment the hashtag? The hashtags have to be in the caption. You don't comment the hashtags. I don't think it fucking matters at all. I've never done it. Using it in the caption is 100% the way you want to do it. That's how I've always done it. If it's something... If comments work, I've never heard about it. I've never had anyone tell me about it. I've talked to TikTok people, and they've never told me that's how it worked. But everything else I'm saying is stuff that has been pretty much confirmed by them when I've had conversations with them. But yeah, so pretty much, if your content is niche, use niche hashtags, hit the audience, and it will naturally push to a broader audience. If your content is broad, do whatever. If you have a funny stream, if you're a streamer who's really, really funny and your stuff is just a good skit that the average person with no context can enjoy, who fucking cares? If you want to add For You page, I wouldn't, but you can, and it won't be the worst thing in the world. Just try to capture the streamer audience and you're fine. Next up, this is another TikTok exclusive thing. TikTok has sounds and video effects, something you can do. These are functionally the exact same as hashtags. They work the exact same way. They are not different. It is, say you have a trend where it's a dance trend and it's like, say it's the Renegade. I don't know fucking dance trends at all, but say the TikTok trends is the Renegade. You add the sound, the Renegade. It's now when TikTok is looking for an audience, it will go with the hashtags, which is say is hashtag dance challenge or whatever the fuck. It looks at them. It's like, all right, cool. Got it. All right, this is the dance video. Also, it is this trending sound. It will find people who have liked the sound, which is the trend, which kind of is how trends and sounds go viral. Because it is now treated as its own separate hashtag. That's how there are certain sounds on TikTok that have been, like, claimed by communities. Like, I think there's the spinning monkeys sound, which is pretty much just a streamer. It's pretty much just, it's just like streamer TikTok, like, hashtag, effectively. And the same thing with video effects. They work the same way. That's when you see people like, oh, yeah, I did the recognize the colors challenge. And they watch the video and they just tap the different color. It's a hashtag. You'll see a lot more of those if you watch and like the one of them, because it's now, oh yeah, you like this specific video effect, we'll show you more of it, you know? I've had TikTok straight up hide comments that mention the word link. TikTok has really weird moderation in comments. You have to say weird things like link it doesn't like. It's a bunch of strange stuff. All right, this is, I think, the second to last slide. I could be wrong, but let's talk about myths and misconceptions. Number one, shadow banning. I'm going to talk about this exclusively on the TikTok front because this is the only one where I can speak to it. Shadow banning on TikTok is not a fucking thing in the way people think it is. Stop saying you're shadow banned because your videos stop getting views. That's not how it works. What happens with TikTok is a lot of the time people will go into a trend. They will say, make one video, it'll really pop off, and they'll make 50 more of the same video, or they will try to pivot to new content, and they won't get a lot of views. And they'll be like, huh, I'm not getting views. It must be because I'm getting shadow banned. TikTok is hiding my content. Clearly, I showed too much ass in the last one, and now people can't see it. No, that's not what it does. TikTok has no reason to not show good content to people. There is zero benefit for them. Their goal is to get people to watch content on their app non-stop. If there is an audience that will watch your content non-stop and doesn't violate the TOS, it is not going to hide you. That is directly inverse to what they want as a business. They want you to spend forever on their application. So what happens a lot of the time with this is people who are pivoting into different content or changing their trends, or they succeeded and they didn't fully understand what it was that made their content good. So they kind of just try to pump out new stuff without really understanding or putting the thought into what will make content perform well. Because it's a thing where you kind of have to have that nice balance of, you don't want to make bad stuff. You don't want to make anything lazy. Is farming real? Having your friends like, share, comment, save after the video goes live. I can talk about farming later, but I'll talk about it after this. I get questions at the end. Shadow banning, not really a thing. It can happen. Your stuff can be like fully hidden. Like I'm pretty sure it happened to Hassan, who was political, but it's not gonna happen to the average person. 95% of the time, you are not shadow banned. You just are not making content that performs well in the algorithm, or you're using bad hashtags, or you're hitting the wrong audience, or whatever the fuck else. Am I doing different games cause that to happen? It can. Using different, you playing different games can be an issue, because sometimes people will like content. Say it's Stardew, for example. I think is what you said. If you play a lot of Stardew I think has a pretty active community on TikTok, and people who watch Stardew watch your videos. Oh, this is really good. I wanna keep seeing this. I wanna keep checking it out. And then they keep watching, and then you play a different game. If they don't like Stardew, even if you have your tag that is your creator tag, if they are there just for the specific game, they might not stick around for it. Which is fine. It's an okay thing. That's why it's important to try to build yourself around your personality, around your brand, around yourself as a creator, as opposed to around a specific game. That's why I tell people, try not to pigeonhole yourself into one specific niche. Try not to do the same trend 5 billion times, because you end up in a spot where people want you to do this one thing and that's all they care about. You want to try to focus on making good content overall. This is the big thing for everything, you know? And the next misconception is cursing, which is again a thing on YouTube and TikTok. People ask all the time, are you allowed to curse? Can I say the fuck word on TikTok and YouTube? Basic thing. You can say it. On YouTube, in the first 8 seconds, you don't want to say it because that's just an ad retention thing. So you always want to try to censor it. You always want to block it out. If you say the word fuck in the first 8 seconds on video, always censor. Just cut the audio, play a little sound effect for the first 8 seconds on YouTube. Censor the curse itself. Don't have it say the fuck word when you have it. Just say F asterisk asterisk K or whatever you want to do. It's fine. It's a workaround. It's not a curse. It is now ad safe. It won't get the views docked because it is now viewed as an ad risk. TikTok, you can also fucking curse. You can say shit. You can say dick. You can say the stuff. The only issue is you cannot say it in a sexual sense. It's this weird kind of like byline in TikTok where it's like, oh yeah, you can curse as long as you're not talking about literally having sex. You can say fuck this guy as long as you're not trying to like actively fuck this guy. You know, if you know what I mean. Like it has to be, the intention is different. If you say what the fuck, that's fine. You just have to understand there's a difference. There are certain words you don't want to say. Try to avoid saying pussy. Doesn't like that. Doesn't like the C word. Not a huge fan of that one. Just try to avoid that stuff, because then it falls into the sexual category, which falls into adult content, which is an issue. And if you're ever not sure, if you are ever unsure specifically on TikTok if what you are captioning or what you are saying is an issue, what you want to do is, I always recommend censor the caption itself, censor the subtitling. You can leave the audio unaltered. You don't have to censor it. Just change this caption. So say it's the word pussy. Pussy you would want to censor, but let's say, for example, you leave it there. You can have, just make it so it's P asterisk asterisk SY or something. You do it that way, and that way what happens, if TikTok does decide this is a terms of service violation, this is an issue, what will happen if the video itself doesn't have the term is you get the sound muted. You get the sound muted, you get a slap on the wrist for the sound mute, but it's not a full violation. It's a sound mute, which is not a big deal. The video exists as it is. You can take it down, censor it yourself, re-upload it, and be fine. It's not really points against your account. If you have a video that gets taken down for the content of it visually and audio, then it's a real issue, because then it has to take the entire video down, which is viewed as more of an issue. I've had videos that I've uploaded for like the yard that have been like them talking about like, oh yeah, like turtle heading my dick in the shower, something they said. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if this is going to be allowed. I'm going to censor the word dick in the subtitle. Video itself got the sound muted. The video stayed up. I was like, all right, cool. Just muted that one part, uploaded it, was fine. Didn't hurt the account, nothing changed, everything was fine. There's a lot of weird workarounds there. You can curse, just understand how to do it properly. And this is the end of the slide. This is now the Twitch Prime slide. This is the part where I shill for myself. This is the end of all of the planned topics of discussion. This is where I just have, if you enjoyed and you have a Twitch Prime available. Hey, Peanut, my goat. Hey, if you got Twitch Prime available, hey, now's the time to use it. This is an hour and 30 minutes of me just talking about this shit. If you enjoyed, hey, just drop us up. You don't have to. I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it, but this is, I have to do this right now. If I have to do this right now, because if I don't, no one will ever do it. Thank you. It worked. It's worked. These are all authentic subs. You guys didn't understand the accomplishment. You didn't understand the assignment except for, Carly, but hey, appreciate it. And also, hey, if you enjoyed all of this, hey, drop a follow. I don't do a lot of this breakdown stuff often, and I don't think this is something that I'm going to be talking about a lot in the future. I'll probably do more specific breakdowns at some point. But hey, I'm trying to get into the whole streaming thing, trying to figure it out. So hey, drop a follow, #partner push. Woo, yeah, we're getting there. But that is my plug. And we've now reached the end of everything I had planned. So now this is where you guys can ask me whatever burning questions you have. If there's something that happened, if there was anything that you wanted to know that I didn't talk upon, ask it now. I will answer any question to the best of my ability. If I can't talk about it, I fucking won't. If I don't have an answer, I definitely won't. But just ask away if you got any questions, Do you have an app to use for scheduling? I don't use scheduling. What the fuck is this? Ethan, you're catching the end of my TikTok breakdown. I was talking about all the short form content. Also, thank you guys so much for the subs. I appreciate it. I have been bad at reading stuff, but Peanut, Sean, Gabe, Anime Athlete, Vale, Semi-Rested, Nitro Jenny, Taco Tim, Titan, I appreciate you guys. And thank you guys so much for the follows, by the way. I've been bad at thanking stuff because I turned all of them off, but yeah. Okay, are shorts worth for like a speedrun doc channel? I think for a speedrun doc channel, shorts are... I think for shorts, if you have a specific channel that's in a niche, you want to find your market for it. So say, for example, you have this speedrun documentary channel. I would recommend doing something like breaking down a specific speedrun tech. Making an intro like, this speedrun tech saved 25 minutes on this game. Here's how. Because then you get the premise, oh yeah, here's the tech, and you watch it. It's a really easy way to play into the video itself. It fits your content, it hits your audience, it goes short form, it can get more people to see your stuff who like speedrunning, and that's the way to do it. Izzy, thank you for the sub. Will you keep this VOD up? I will keep this VOD up. I'm going to upload it on YouTube as well, and I'm going to edit it and upload it on YouTube as well as that. Do I have my socials links? Do these commands work? I don't know if my commands fucking work. I think, does this work? I don't fucking know. The video will be on that YouTube account. I also have an old TikTok breakdown on there. Let me plug my Discord too. Is my Nightbot? What about my Nightbot? My Nightbot is what? Is my Nightbot annoying? Is he dumb? What's wrong with him? Is there a problem with Nightbot? But yeah, there's my servers. There's all my shit. If you enjoyed, hey, drop on. Nightbot Pro. He's a professional. It is posting your links. Okay, huge, perfect. Hang on, let me. So that will be on my YouTube. This will be up. I'm gonna try to get it up tomorrow. I have to figure out stuff. I'm gonna edit the entire thing down into a full video. That is gonna be. I don't know how long. At some point, I'll probably get it down to like 30 minutes, ideally, maybe 25. I'll try to cut around. That'll probably be up end of month, is my guess. But it'll all be here if you want to rewatch. Send it to people. That will be there on my YouTube. Let me read all these questions. Okay. Do you have an app used for scheduling? I don't use an app for scheduling. I am pretty much working in a situation where every time I finish a video, it is due that day. So I'm perpetually in a situation where I can't get a backlog. It's just the current system. If I can get a backlog, I schedule on YouTube. TikTok, I upload everything organically through Google Drive. Blah, blah, blah. Is there a benefit to editing in-app versus uploading a video? There's no benefit to using TikTok in-app editing. I always recommend using external editing because it's just easier to work with. You can use the in-app if you want it to feel more authentic, if you want to kind of have that short-form kind of vibe, where it's like, oh yeah, this feels like a super authentic TikTok. Do it that way, but it's not necessary. You don't have to do it that way. It's not required at all. You touched on when the best time to post long-form content was. Long-form, I didn't talk about it all because I don't know long-form stuff. Short-form, posting time does not matter. Short-form, you can post literally whenever. Apologies if I missed the first one. Anything to uploading from the TikTok app versus browser? Shouldn't be a difference uploading app versus browser. I always use app because I think it has better features. Like if I'm using the TikTok app, I can add sounds and video effects and stuff versus browser. You don't have all of that kind of freedom. I don't do anything for file names. File names I don't think matter. I think I would recommend not having curses in the file names because I don't know if that affects things, but that used to be a factor in YouTube that they have since then changed. I was here since this morning. Oh, Semi's a goat. Semi's the goat here. My experience was getting told to kill my... Oh, yeah, that does... You also had the most fucked experience with all of this stuff. What's a good place to get good assets for editing? So background music or any image stock video for editing. I grabbed all of my stuff from YouTube. I mean, Ludwig also has his whole Ludden Schlatt's Music Emporium where everything is royalty-free and usable. That's what I use for his stuff just because it kind of fits his brand and it's easy to work with in that way. You can also find a lot of general gaming stuff. You have the benefit of YouTube Shorts. You are allowed to... On YouTube, you're allowed to have copyrighted music in your shorts. It can't be the entire video, but you can have little samples and it doesn't matter because you're not making money anyway and it's not going to hurt the reach. So if you have a video you really, really want to, there's sometimes you can just use copyrighted music as long as it's not the entire time, it'd be fine. But I just recommend using royalty-free because it's less of an issue, less of a problem, and you know you'll be good. Answering Izzy's question again, the VOD will be up, it will also be on YouTube, and it will be edited. Quick question, do you know the best way to get my niche more focused on Radstads content? Well, the best way to get that is for me to start posting more content so you can actually get on that side of any platform. So that's more of a me issue than a you issue, but I will work on that. I will try to get that resolved. I'm also going to switch scenes because I think Q&A doesn't need to be here right now. And now I can pull the questions up. Big screen, which is huge. What else is going on? Where do I have to... I lost my place reading. It is posting my link. This is great. Thank you, Rats. Happy to help. Is there a benefit that I already answered that one? Best place to message you and get a response? I am bad at responding everywhere. I'm awful at responding because my messages are constantly flooded. One of the main reasons I'm doing this stream is because I will pretty much daily get message requests from people being, hey, can you look at my TikTok account and help? Hey, can you help me? Why is my short not performing well? Hey, why is this happening? Why is that happening? And I love helping people, and if I can like help friends with stuff, any of my friends in chat, if you ever have questions about shorts, you can hit me up whenever. I will always help. Any big creators out there who just have questions, they want more specific stuff, they want a more thorough review, I do as a job, I do consulting stuff. I've helped a bunch of bigger creators. They've consulted me on it. They just pay whatever rate for stuff. I look through, I give a breakdown, I explain things. I've done it for Sad Boys. I've helped a lot of other podcasts. I've helped Trash Taste. I've Jameski, Blaustois. A bunch of stuff. I've helped a lot of people with that stuff. It's kind of a side hustle where I kind of just do. Because my thing is, I feel like short form content is really scary and intimidating for no reason. So if I can help, I'm always happy to, you know? How are babies made? I don't know. I can't answer that one. Lost my spot. Do you have notifications on for shorts? Currently have mine set up to notify subscribers that I posted a short. I don't have them on. I can't speak to it. I don't think it matters that much because, again, it's you can probably keep it off because the people who see it is the target audience anyway. It's if they click it through the sub box, I don't think it helps. It has to be in the short form video box. You can turn it off, you turn it on. I can't speak to it as much. I haven't messed with it, but I cannot imagine it's like a big deal, you know? Benefit to daily uploads on TikTok. You don't have to do daily uploads anywhere. It's every single video is treated incredibly independently of another one. This is another myth I probably should have talked about. Everyone talks about how, oh, you have to upload consistently on TikTok and YouTube or you won't get in the algorithm. Bullshit. Not how it works. The videos can perform really well if you haven't posted in fucking months. Sometimes what'll happen is it'll take longer to get picked up because it no longer knows your target audience and it has to find them, which can take more time. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it consistently. The focus should be on quality and making good content as opposed to shitting out stuff consistently. You can if you want to. If your goal is I want to upload 3 videos a day for the rest of forever and I don't want to put time into it, that's fine. You can bank on 1 or 2 videos taken off and maybe getting some subscribers, but you are way, way, way better off putting a lot more time into 1 or 2 specific videos to try to get them to perform well, to try to optimize them and hit an audience that helps, and then riding with that. Does adding a popular sound to TikTok with original sound boost it in a way? If you add a popular sound to a TikTok, it will boost it. It'll give you higher baseline views, but it ends up kind of fucking your video up in the long run because, again, it's a hashtag. That's like if you add a trending song to a TikTok where it doesn't need it, it's the same as adding hashtag For You page to your video. Now your content is being recommended to this really small, specific niche, or this really broad niche, rather, not specific at all. I misspoke entirely. And it just doesn't help. Is none of my loops are played until the viewership may be disregarded as someone being AFK? I don't know the exact turnover there. I think there is definitely some kind of factor it registers to make sure it's not someone falling asleep on their phone. It probably, my guess, my assumption, I don't know if this is true, would be that it probably has a hard cap where after 3 or 4 rewatches, my assumption is that it probably views the video as that's the most it'll register for one person is my guess. Because I feel like that's a good way to work around it. If someone watches it 10 billion times, they're probably a crazy outlier anyway. But that's my assumption. Don't know for sure, but this is my hard read on it. What is the vibe with having dedicated TikTok pages for different content? I think TikTok pages, I think you can have them all on the same one. I don't think you want to spread yourself too thin. I don't think you want to have a million pages you're fucking with, because I think you're better off trying to build one platform than 2. I think YouTube is different because YouTube has more focused audiences, and that's more clip content versus TikToks, but I think there's no reason not to. You can guide the content to the right audience with hashtags anyway, so you don't have to differentiate over there. What's the vibe with that? Or the other question? I have to read through. Hang on. Thank you for the subs. I'm still reading through. Fuck. Do you have pre-made transitions for CCs and use also transcription? I made transitions. All of my stuff is I made presets for every single thing I do. I can show you them really quickly. They're nothing fancy. I'll just show you what I have. Because I'll show this as like a quick aside because I think people think you need way more stuff than you do. I'm not going to actually edit right now because I have edited for way too long today. But I pretty much do stuff like this. Like I will, like say this is like Ludwig's one. Hey guys, smile. And here's what I'll do. I put this here, this is right in the middle. I have one effect called motion blur right here. Let me move my chat box too so you guys can actually see. I have this one here. Oh wait, what happened? I have to, what was the alert? What was the alert? Caesar, thank you for the follow. Sinnoh, what the fuck? Sinnoh, what the hell? What? You're rating me? I just finished my entire rant. I just spent an hour and a half talking about how to use TikTok. Oh my god. I can't do this again. I'm not gonna be able to read any of these fucking questions. God damn it. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? How is your timing so bad? How are you so impressed? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again. Guys, I have to go see a movie in fucking 40 minutes. I do not have time. I can't even read the chat because I have to answer all these questions. Oh my god. Watch that video of her dancing. What video of her dancing? Post the video. Post me the fucking video of Cinna dancing. You have derailed. This was an educational stream. We were learning today. We were having a great time. Everyone was having fun. I was answering questions. I was being a professor. This is the smartest I've ever been, and you're hate rating me. I think this qualifies as a hate raid now. Have fun seeing the sexy grippy Transformer. Oh, Jesus. I hate that sentence. But it is, we are going to see Transformers, so it's not that far off. But God, welcome Raiders. Welcome in. I don't know. What was Cinna up to today? Was she playing only up again? This is something entirely different. This is not the same at all. This is very, very different. I was showing people how to edit videos. Very different, very cool. Thank you. Fuck, I have to thank all the followers. Caesar Salad, Stupid on Another Level, Mizu, Mid, Mrs. Snow, Abstract, Dino or Dino, Unscrewed, J-Him, Gwen, Kate, Frosty, That Dude, It's Kimari, Comic, thank you for the follows. Holy shit. She got swamp. What the fuck does swamp fingers mean? What is swamp fingers? Are you guys making up words? A stick in a can, Midnight, Bay Styles, thank you for the follows. What the fuck is going on? Cinna, why do you have swamp fingers? Can you speak to this? Are you still here? Can you tell me what that means? Can you explain slightly in any way, shape, or form that matters? Cinna left, Cinna W, Cinna right, swamp hands. Oh god damn it. Some of the salad fingers. Okay, well here you go, guys. For everyone rating in, I just did a whole hour-and-a-half long breakdown explaining how to make a good short-form content. I am not doing it again because I am very tired. I will have a VOD up on YouTube. This is very different vibe from what Cinna just did. This is not a gameplay vibe. I'm sorry. This is not the usual mood for me. It's usually a lot more low-key. But hey, I'm trying to partner push. If you're having a good time, you enjoy the vibes of me shitting on Cinna for rating me. Hey, this is what I do all the time. But Cinna's a really good friend. She's a fantastic streamer. And I'm going to be seeing her in Austin when I go out there for RTX, which is super cool. She does have... Okay. She does have sweaty hands. That is kind of true. If you follow Radstads now, increase... That is true. If you follow me right now, you will immediately get 10,000 subscribers. Alright, I'm now going to go back to my boring stuff. I'm sorry, Raiders, for the change in pace. I'm showing people how to edit things. Let me just... switch my scenes really quickly. I'll show this because Peanut, I think, will kill me if I don't show him right now. But all right, so here are my presets for streaming. Here are my presets for editing, rather. I have, this is the basic text. I just put the words "Hey guys" in here, and I have a basic one. I have a motion blur right. It does this. I have a motion blur left. It does this. Wow, directions. And what I do when I want to convert the subtitle, when I want to have it wave, I add a new one. What's up? And this one will show up differently. This one's here now. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see what's going on. So now I'm like, okay, cool. So I have what's up. I want to have it swipe in. I now take this one. I apply an effect called motion blur right, which does, you guessed it, a motion blur right. And then I add to this one a motion blur left. And look, it swipes. It makes sense. Holy shit, it is so fucking easy. I don't know why people ask me about this. This is the most brain-dead, boring thing I do. Everyone was like, how do you make your subtitles? They really inspire me. I'm like, brother, I have a transform effect. I have so many presets made. They're all basic. They're all boring. I don't even do this optimally. I'm like the most frustrating editor to watch. I do nothing crazy. And then I have the other one I have my fade-in effects, which are just, it disappears. Whoa, holy shit, what the fuck, who would have thought? And then I have this, which is the pop-in. Wow, cool. So if you watch here right now, you can see super, if you ever wanted to edit a video, if you want to make a Call of Duty montage, now is the time. Wow, cool, awesome. Isn't this amazing? Isn't it crazy what happens when you just make really basic presets for everything you do ever? I don't know why people don't do this more. I think it's not that complicated. I think more people got to get on this wave. It does change things. Breaker, Odyssey, Lun, Rye, wanna on a walkabout. Appreciate the follows. I can also, what, do I have anything else to even show? I don't have like fancy effects. I don't want to know why people ask me for crazy stuff. Ocelot, thank you for the follow. You could export and post those for people. They're not fancy. I don't know why people ask me. This is the most brain dead stuff. You can also do this cool thing that I do a lot, which is when people ask me, how do I make, like people ask me, how do you change scenes so easily? There's a thing you can do on Adobe called an adjustment layer, which this is an adjustment layer right here. This one that hang on, let me, oh, I fucked that up. Hold. Oh no, I fucked everything up. Oh God. No, we're good, we're fine, we're good. So, there's a thing called an adjustment layer. Super high tech, crazy, very difficult. All it does is everything underneath this has the transition applied to it. So the way I do all of my editing stuff is, hang on,
For short content, do you record off phone or change the frame sizing?
Do I record off phone? For short content, I usually, if I'm ever there, I record off phone. A lot of the content I get is phone content. Turtles, you are unfortunately getting here at the very end of all of the real breakdown stuff. This is now me just showing, I'm now doing a basic Adobe crash course, I guess, for the next 30 minutes, I think is the plan here. That's probably just going to be the vibe. But this is called an adjustment layer. What an adjustment layer does is that anything underneath the layer has whatever effect you add applied to it. That's it. That's the entire thing. I didn't use them very much until recently, but here it's, I'll show you what it does here. If you wonder how I ever have it so these transitions kind of happen a little bit more smooth, like all this stuff happens, let me show you what happens if I get rid of the adjustment layer. This is how it looks. This is how it looks without that layer. All it does is it applies every single transformation to everything underneath it. If you want to apply any kind of zoom stuff like I was talking about, my recommendation is you use the face cam. Like it's what I do here. I have the face cam here is dedicated. I resize it. I realize I use nested subsequence to do the same thing. It's fine. There's a million ways to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do things necessarily. I just think this is faster. This is more streamlined. My timelines are a fucking mess though. I mean, you can do that too. I just like having access to everything. Like, it's also how I just do, like,
doing a charity stream
basic stuff like this. Like, you can see,
I decided to sell off my gold play button. Not just
it's all just basic stuff. Everything I know editing wise is all self-taught. My last long-form video had like 60 nests. You don't have to do that, brother. Yours is def faster and less like final. I think it's easier to move everything this way. I end up with an issue where if I ever have to make a transformation to my video, it's a fucking pain in the ass to adjust things. But holy shit, it is just like, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of fucking layers here. I love also my media is all offline now, which is very cool. You kind of don't get it. You don't get what the adjustment layer does here. I'll show you what it does. I will make an adjustment layer. I will do this really quickly to demonstrate. How much is the software? This is Adobe Premiere, which is expensive unless you can find it for free, which you definitely shouldn't do, but you can do very easily if you look online. But don't do that because that's illegal. And I don't think anyone should break the law ever. I think Adobe needs our money. They deserve it. So do not steal from small indie companies like Adobe. This is what they need. They need this for them, okay? I have so many. Oh, this is the full fucking VOD, isn't it, huh? All right, I'll just show you guys how the transform layers work. I also I cannot stay for all that much longer, which I feel bad about leaving for not staying long, but I appreciate you guys for staying here, and also big ups to the center for the fucking insane raid. Holy shit, I wish I was playing something that was more helpful. But here, I'll show you what the adjustment layers do. I'm not gonna find exciting content, but here, adjustment layer right here. So the way I edit this stuff is, so here's how I do all my shorts. I edit it here, I put Ludwig all the way at the bottom, and now I will use a motion blur that I'll apply here, and I will then scale and move. Yay, super fun. It's very exciting stuff. It's super high tech. This is NASA level. So now it's like, look, whoa, crazy. And what you could do with this as well is, let's say I want to zoom out. I do this. I do a zoom out here. Now he's down here. So what happens when we get to this part is, and I have to actually get to this part where it starts. And now it zooms out. So what I can also do from here very easily is, let's say, for example, I want to add the YouTube play button again. So the issue right now is the fact that this is above it, but it's moving here. So say I want to have it directly underneath Ludwig. I will take this layer, I will make it smaller, and then I will move it so that, look, now this is here. So now, if I press play, it all moves together. All of it is smooth. Everything here is incredibly smooth. Do I edit? I edit for Ludwig. I do all of his short form stuff. I have been Ludwig's short form content guy for like almost 3 years. You can do this. It's really easy. It's not a crazy thing. You can also do stuff like, you can apply any transformation. If I want to add a fade into everything, this applies a fade into all the layers. It looks funky because I think I fucked up my fade in slightly, but yeah, why is it just like, it just applies all the effects. Everything is applied underneath. Wait, are you Ludwig? I am Ludwig. That is me. This is I appreciate you guys gassing me up. I swear on my life, I am the most, like, you know how there's like jack of all trades, master of one? I am the most master of one editor in the entire world. I do the same thing every time, and I always crush it, and that is enough for me. Something like a color, or it's another common use for, yeah, you can do that too. You can do, like, say I want, what do I want to add? Actually, no, let me do Lumetri preset. I'm just going to add fucking film stock. Look, now the entire thing has this little fancy effect on it. Wow, cool. This way, like, look, here it is. It is now applied to both of them. They all have the fancy effect. You don't have to apply it to everything. If you're someone who goes through and you're like, ooh, I like this preset, let me copy paste it, you don't have to do that. This is all this does. It is just everything below it. And if you want to get crazy, say, for example, you want stuff to show up above screen. Hi, guys. Like, say I want words to be here that appear on top of Ludwig up here. Actually, I have to put it here first. I fucked it up. It's really big right now, but I'll put it like right there. And now, when it scrolls down, look, it says, hi, guys. It's fucking messy, but it's there. And it also has the effect put on it. Wow, cool. Who'd have thought? This is crazy. Adjustment layers work with drop shadow too. It works with everything. It works adjustment layer, every single thing. Is that all in one adjustment clip? Yes. All of this is in the one adjustment layer. I didn't fuck with this up. Every single effect, there is not a single effect applied to any of these layers. All of these are untouched. If you look over here, wait, you can't see it because it's over. Actually, you can kind of see it. There's no layers under here. This is where all of your effects go. There's nothing there right now. It is exclusively in this layer. If I get rid of this, wait, wrong layer. If I get rid of this, look, this is what it looks like. This is all the layer does. This is the source. This is how it looks with the effect. This is, again, this is the source. This is how it looks. This is all it does. It's a really, really easy thing that people just don't know about. I didn't know about it for way too long. But yeah, that makes me want to have sex with you. Ah, cool. That is, you know, as video editors, we do get that a lot. It's kind of just a big struggle, you know? It's just crazy. It's so real. It's all the time. Always. It's fine, guys. It's fine. But yeah, it makes things easier. If you edit videos, just do this. Just make adjustment layers. It is the solution to pretty much every single one of your problems that you've ever had. Okay. Any other questions? I don't do everything on adjustment layers. I won't say I do every single thing. I do 90% of it on adjustment layer. If you look in my video, everything above this layer right here, everything above this section is something I do overwards. So I do subtitles above it. I always do subtitles above, and I always sync the movement with it. I do any kind of swipe, I do over, because it is way easier, because adjustment layers apply to everything underneath. Can I check my messages? Yeah. Do you make a separate project file for each video, or just a new sequence? I make a separate project file usually. If you use too many sequences, it kind of fucks with your video's memory, and it makes it run slower. What I usually do is I open up the same file, so I can keep all of my audio and effects that I want to be able to use easily. And then I delete all of the video footage that I won't need, and I re-import everything else that I need. It's just my way of doing it. What else? You asked like 2 questions. Okay, cool. Let me read the rest of them. For sounds, if you know you're going to use a TikTok sound, would you download the song? I recommend I download the song separately, and then I apply it in Premiere. And then what I do is I apply the sound again in TikTok itself, and I just fully mute it. Because that's just a better way. If you want a specific part of the sound or more of it, you can do it. How do you make presets? Where can you get them? Making presets is really easy. All you have to do is you apply an effect. Like for this one, for example, this is my motion blur. This is here. It's not even a great effect, but it's motion blur. You just apply what you need. You find out what you like, and then you right-click here, save preset. You name it. You just want to make sure you save it to the anchor point, because if you save it to scale, it'll fuck with all the timing for stuff. For 10 minutes, be very messy, very fast, but very good for quick shorts. It gets to be a lot. It's for bigger videos. You don't really want to do it this way necessarily, but this is just what I do because for shorts, it's a lot more contained, you know? What's an example of a good... Hang on, why can't I fucking read that message? What's a good hook for a YouTube short? I mean, fuck, I'll just show you. Can you combine multiple effects in one preset? I just make them all separate because I don't think there's ever a situation where I want 2 presets when I could just apply 2 of them and it's the same thing. You don't have to, you know? It's pretty straightforward. What's an example of a good hook? I mean, I don't know what the hook for this video is.
How much is a gold play button actually worth?
That's a good hook. There you go. You watch the video. The goal of the hook doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to introduce the premise of the video. You have to watch the hook and be like, okay, I know what is going to happen next. That's just the general goal, you know? What else? Any other questions? Do we have any questions? I almost accidentally clicked the add button. Sir, thank you for the follow. Ham, Patch, Drux, Franker, Koba, thank you for the follow. Watching your old TikTok info video, but this stream has taught me so much again. Thank you, boss. Hey, I'm doing what I can. I heard this whole short should tell a story. Short should tell a story. I think shorts, I talked about it earlier. It's the audiences and all the short form content is really, really different. For YouTube shorts, it's really focused on narrative. You want to introduce a premise. You want to get through it. You're like, all right, cool. Here's what the video's about. This video, for example, is about how much is a gold play button worth. You get to it. All right, I want to find out what is it worth? How much does it cost? He goes through. He explains the backstory. He talks about how you're not supposed to sell it. There's now a conflict introduced. There's all this stuff. Here's the reason why he's trying to find out. He auctions it, and it is worth $15,000 is the answer he gets to. And that's the video. It has a very clear-cut thing. It gets to the end. It drags to the end because it has a call to action, which is fine. Me and Raz will teach a Premiere class, and it's just us shitting on it. I hate Premiere. I hate Premiere so fucking much, but I'm too lazy to learn anything else. Premiere is so ass. It gets the job done, and I'm not going to switch because I'm too dedicated at this point, but I fucking hate Adobe with all of my being. God, it's so awful. DaVinci is calling my name. I refuse. I know some people who use DaVinci. DaVinci is probably better, but I fucking hate Premiere. I hate Premiere, and I'm hooked. This is like when you're not over your ex, you know? I'm just like, I'm trapped. There's no escape. Hang on, I have to figure out when my friends are going to the movie, by the way. Is John streaming right now, or is he just talking in his room loudly? FL Studios? I want to learn FL Studios. How do I do it? For example, I want motion and maybe opacity in one preset. Can you do it? Can you do one preset? Is that what you were talking about? If you can, I mean, here's what I do. Spooky is... Why is he live? What is he fucking doing? Multiple effects and then control or something and right-click save. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's just applying effects. Like, that's if I wanted to, I could, if I want to, I can apply my fade in effect and my motion blur effect, and then it does everything at once. It comes in, eventually, hang on, I have to get to the right frame. It starts coming in, it's slightly transparent, it gets through. You can add it all. I trade you FL Studio lessons in return to get your friendship. We're already friends, brother. You don't have to trade me anything. I just want to learn basics so I can make my shitty music real. Yeah, you also... I don't fucking care. I don't know. I don't think you have to. I like to keep my stuff separate because sometimes I want to transform and not fuck with the transparency. Sometimes I want to do both. I would just rather apply them separately. I don't want to have to worry about a million things at once. I like to keep all of my pieces contained, if that makes sense, you know? It's like you don't want to have too much shit in one button because then it's like, all right, I want to take this away. Let me remove this when you can just apply it separately. It's easier to pick what you want than to take out pieces that you already have applied. But all right, any questions? Any short form content questions? Raiders, I'm sorry you came in and you have no information. If you ask a question, I won't get mad at you. I will try to answer my best. Anyone who was here from the beginning, if you have more technical questions, you can ask and I will answer clearly. But hey, hit me with whatever you got. I'm ready. You guys have me for like 15 more minutes. How many shorts do you edit in a day? Usually, oh fuck me. My current workflow is exceptionally ass. My current workflow sucks dick. It is so exceptionally terrible. Because I mean, what do you mean ain't no way? What do you mean? I'm gonna be at the movies. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it to the movies. I don't know why you don't. I'm gonna make it to Transformers. I'm gonna make it to Transformers. You don't get it. You don't get it. You have to trust me. But I edit. Realistically, I edit like at least a short a day. It's because Ludwig right now we're doing daily, so I upload. So we have 2 editors right now. It's me and my friend Cameron, who's really good, and we alternate back and forth. We do pretty much daily. So I end up doing 3 or 4 a week, and the Ludwig shorts that I edit probably take around 6 to like 8 hours to get one done. Sometimes it can take 10. Sometimes less. It depends entirely on how much I have to move the pieces. Sometimes he sends like 4 minutes of footage that I have to cut down into a minute. And I go through and I do revisions like 16 times. I cut out all of the fluff. I edit all of these small pieces. I'm ending at 10. I'm getting bullied. I'm getting bullied. You guys have 10 more minutes. I can't win. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I am raiding John and I'm ending stream. I'm answering questions as quickly as I can. If I have to end now and go, I will. The movie's at 9:40, isn't it? It is a 9:40 film. Is it not? Am I wrong? It's not that I don't like Transformers. I just like having all of my friends in my chat because #partnerpush is you don't understand. You don't 20 minutes of previews. I just want to be able to sit with my friends at the movies is my thing, and they all have my tickets. So if I get there late, then I can't sit with them, and I really want to sit with my friends. So that is my thing. So I will not be stream. I know I have 530 viewers. I pick love. I pick love and friendship over views and short-term gain. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. Hey, shut that. I don't see the issue here. I don't know why. Hang on. If you don't have a question, what do you want me to say here? I'm just looking for questions here. Hang on. Who has questions? Oh, fuck transcription. I don't use transcription. I hate transcription. It's too much work. I know it's probably fine. I don't use it because whenever I edit yard clips, it's 4 guys talking over each other at once. I have to manually edit it. Yes, Nee, what is your question? Ryan, don't ask me to fucking follow you on Twitter in Twitch chat. It is very cringe and annoying. I don't follow a lot of people on Twitter unless I really care about what they're saying. It's not a personal thing. I just like to keep it to where it's like I need to know what is up with my friends in their daily life. Do not, please, God, do not ask me to follow you on Twitter. If you do that in my chat, it's so annoying. It's such an annoying thing. What about Tumblr? Yeah, man. When you stop being a fake, you spelled ass wrong, first of all, so that's kind of embarrassing of you. Second of all, I will leave at 9:28. You guys have 6 more minutes. I'm going to raid John immediately. Did she say, did she spell it right? Can I not read? ASA? Fake as a bitch. Okay. Yep, hey, you're good at words. You're really good at words, Nee. I don't know if you know this, you're like the best at words, you know? It's spelled, I'm being gaslit. I'm being gaslit now. Best way to transfer footage from streamer to editor? Content? Just download the VOD. Download, you're learning here. Hey, I'm sorry. This is now a spelling stream. It's you download the VOD. There's Twitch leechers that download full VODs. You can give your editors access. They can download VODs directly. You can upload it to YouTube and download it that way. Best way to download YouTube videos and VODs. There's 4K. I use 4K video downloader, which is this, which lets me download everything. You can choose if you want audio or video. That's how I get all of my effects. That's how I get all the podcast episodes. It's how I get everything and keeps it more compact. Okay. What else? You guys have I think I said 3 more minutes. I don't know. 4 more minutes. I forgot. How do you upscale the VOD download? Up like the quality? 4K. I use 4K video downloader. There's stuff to do it. Everything is on YouTube for me, so I don't have to use Twitch stuff anymore. I used to use a Twitch leecher, And I would also, if it was a short form video, I would just download a clip, which is the easiest way. Just another thanks. Hope the movie goes well. I appreciate you, Halloween Mooncrab. I appreciate being here. The shorts viewers actually transfer over to your long form. They do. You have to do it the right way. If you want short form viewers to watch your long form, you have to find ways to get them used to your style of content. You can do things like make a short form video out of a long form video, and then in the comments say, if you want to watch the full video, click here. That's what we do with Ludwig. We've had a lot of success with that, where we will link to the full video, and we've had like videos that were like months old get like 150K views just from the YouTube comments links. So that's a good way to do it. It's hard, but it's possible. Next up, you guys have 3 more minutes. Speedrun questions. Speedrun questions. Thoughts on cliffhanger endings where they get the answer or something in the long form? I think I wouldn't recommend it because you want your short form videos to exist as themselves. You don't want it to be a thing where you have to watch the long form. You want to encourage it. If a video is a short and someone watches it and they're not fulfilled, they will not like the video. They will not interact with your stuff anymore. They will assume you're lying, and you lose a potential audience member who will come back to your content. Don't lie to your audience ever. Don't lie to your viewers. Just be honest with them. If you want to have like a plot twist at the end and say, oh, there's a second part, that's fine, but don't not give them what they came to watch. Download YouTube videos without downloading hella viruses. 4K video downloader. Download this app. 4K video downloader. I had to pay for it. It's like $20 one time or something. That's what I do. You can also use the other more scuffed ones online, but they will get the job done. All right, last minute of questions. If you don't directly lead short form viewers to long form videos, do you think the subscribers? I think it does. It definitely does. It's just slower. How to get the audience to buy my crypto coin? Wouldn't recommend that. Crypto is a scam. But all right, it is time to get the raid ready. Let me see how long Spooky's gonna raid. Let me find out how long. Opening. I'm not playing. I have to go see a movie. I have to go see a movie, or I will be killed by my friends.
How long are you streaming? Like 3 hours, Rads. Like 1,000,000 hours. The real horror is that fuck-ass.
Okay,
spot.
we are raiding John. He will be live for 3 hours.
I think Nan is gonna come in here when he comes over, Rads.